I'm not doing this because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did Kiss bite here? Why are you holding my hand between two pillows? Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
The Basement Benchwarmers Podcast back for another week.
Back, huh?
Yeah, Les back on. Number 14 in Argentina now.
Oh, nice.
Yes. It goes.
Yeah, Governor Newsom's not censoring us yet.
Nope, not yet. We're on our way though. Hey, when we get censored, we know we made it.
Yeah.
So tonight we got a lot to talk about. MLB playoffs are set. NFL Week 4 is almost gone as we're doing the show. It's partway gone. And NFL Week 5 is on its way. Also, a couple of passings this week. Dikembe Mutombo and Pete Rose. We'll talk about both of them, I'm sure, today. But let's start off Let's start off different. I'm going to throw a Chris Sale back spasm curveball at you guys. Let's go. Let's start and talk about the MLB play. We'll do good and bad, ugly in the second half of the show tonight.
Okay.
To inspire conversation as we go.
No intro?
How was your day?
I mean, Ed's dying. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's got 5 pages of notes.
No.
We'll do that, though. I'm sorry. How was your week? So how was your week?
Roll the film back. Let's start over.
So how was your week? I forgot about how was your week.
The film.
So let's start with Ed tonight because I like watching Eric follow him.
It's awesome.
Ed, that's
different than when?
I got some good stuff too, but I'm gonna skip it until next week.
No, use it. You're before.
No, I'll use it next week.
Okay, go ahead.
It's more political. No, it's almost October. Did you guys notice that? Weather's beautiful and everything. October's the weirdest month, man. It comes in like, Margot Robbie covered in maple syrup, lying in beautiful pile of leaves. And then it leaves looking like a hooker laying in her own vomit in Gary, Indiana. It's a horrible month. No, it's kind of weird, but no, I was watching the Viking game. Get it? The Viking game. And Red Cross. Did you guys see this? The Red Cross. I don't know if you guys saw it. There was a hurricane. So the Red Cross commercial comes on asking for money to help the victims of Hurricane Helene. Are you fucking kidding me? They want us to send money now after we just gave $70 billion to Ukraine and Israel and everything. Yeah, we don't have any left for the American taxpayers, It's fucking sick. We don't have money to build the wall to keep the terrorists and fentanyl out, no money for the hurricane victims. We got plenty of money to fly Venezuelan criminals into the country and, put them up in hotels. And we got plenty of money to fund all these new wars that we got since Trump's been gone. But yeah, the American taxpayer can't get a dumpster to throw his wet carpet in, Fucking joke.
We lost all our Venezuelan fans.
No, they're here. That's why they're listening.
True. Danny, are you listening?
So, Eric.
Geez, I don't know. Typically, what you do is say stuff like this. Oh, I had a pretty good week.
Intro.
Went to a concert with some of the guys here. Will Hogue was great. Played a little golf, went to a car show, yada, 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 cut the grass. That's usually what you say during an intro when somebody asks you how your week was.
Well, I've had the shits for 4 days. What do you want me to talk about that?
I guess.
Talk about how you train your dogs to jump up and down in your bed.
Yeah, we've been soaking a lot lately.
So yeah, you guys saw the Viking game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, just go ahead. It's gonna just do the whole thing again. Go ahead, Tim. Tim, how was your week? Tim.
I'm
drinking.
Did he lose a lot of weight? Because I don't see him.
Tim's passed out.
Here's a remnant of
Wake him up.
the seat.
That seat, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, that seat is cursed. Glenn used to sit in it. We haven't seen him in, 2 years?
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
I see him at the store in milk cartons more than I've seen him here.
Jace used to sit in it.
Yeah.
You
know how hard it is to polish the one-eyed gopher driving an 18-wheeler. Never mind.
So how was your week, Willie?
Week, I was in D.C. I was there and saw the vice president.
Our nation's capital.
You were in the capital?
No, I went to Door County.
Door County.
Worked at a
brothel
MS Walk this weekend. So
okay.
I was trying to bring it down, Scott.
Sorry. Brothel wasn't going to come off the way I thought it went to.
No.
You worked it as in you guys
Yeah.
you guys did food, catered?
We catered the food to it.
Cool.
They've done it for like the last, 7-8 years up there, maybe longer for all
Yeah.
I know. So
Do they have business like that? Like every week, the catering stuff is it
every
ongoing?
Every weekend. There's
But they also have regular hours of the restaurant, or is it just
yes,
both? Okay.
Yeah, they try to do both. If it's really a busy Saturday, they'll close for a
Why don't you
Saturday.
give them a plug right now? And just
Time Restaurant and Catering
Yep.
in lovely Sister Bay, Wisconsin.
Sister Bay.
Oh, man, you're going to have tons of Argentinians up there next week. We're big in
Get it
Argentina.
up there,
Venezuelans.
Hey, is Carl, did you talk him in coming to the Lions game?
I think I got him close.
Is he a fan?
Yeah, he's a Lions
he
fan.
grew up in Michigan.
He's a
There you
Lions
go.
fan.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, so
Good stuff.
And he's a good wingman, too.
Yeah.
yeah, he is. And
And he can drink like a bottle of bourbon and still walk straight. He amazes me.
And
Yeah, he got up right away in the morning. He was ready to come. I'm like, what? How is this guy even pie? He's not real.
will he cook for you guys too then?
Ooh, we should bring. He can make. Nah, I'm not gonna make him work.
Make it work.
Yeah, I'll bring eggs.
Eggs and bacon. Make us an omelet, Carl. God damn it.
Or we'll leave another bottle of Malort in the freezer, like we always do.
Yeah, we always leave a bottle more from the next person.
I did have Malort this weekend because I saw Adam's lovely bride, Jordan, and I met her parents.
Nice.
They were up there?
They're up there because it's going to be. It was officially like a year from now before they get married up there.
How was Adam's mustache?
I didn't get a chance to see it. He wasn't around. So
Tickled.
Oh, but Jordan was there?
Does he speak Italian?
Jordan's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do the wedding?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Oh. Anywho,
Lucky only people in Argentina heard that.
thank God there's no Argentinians going.
Oh my God.
My week. Oh, sorry.
So yeah, it's a great week. So.
Yeah, my week. Well, I will Hogue on Friday. Went to Saturday. What did I do Saturday? I went to the beer garden, Pleasant Prairie Beer Garden.
Oh, yeah.
It was Oktoberfest. It was a good time. It was fine. Had an old fashions. They were okay, but it had a couple Oktoberfest, and we talked about those were decent. There was one I had from somewhere, but Good Cities is real good. The Good City Oktoberfest is pretty solid. And another one I had, Hoffenbrau's, was okay. Oh, Hoffenbrau was one I didn't like. I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No, I don't like theirs. So
it's got to be a real German, Is it Belgian or is it German? What I mean
is it German? Is there brat in it?
I don't know, but it's got all these people that are doing all these Oktoberfest beers.
You'll be able to chew it, right?
Yeah.
How many vendors were there, or was it just?
There was like 4 or 5 food vendors that night. Jenny got something. I didn't get anything, but it was Fry Daddy was there. Some taco place. It's not one that's Aragon,
yeah.
maybe his name. And then also it's Blue Burger and the Dish have their own together. They must be owned by the same, because I know the Dish has good food, great food up in Racine. Used to be by the Wilcom gas station. Now the Rocket Wash is right there. They got really good food there. But they had they had the one more. I couldn't remember what the other one was, but yeah,
nice.
It was busy. It was pretty busy.
Was the old fashioned on tap?
No, they were making it fresh for you.
They were,
And
okay.
they had an apple brandy, a regular brandy, and then bourbon. I did an apple brandy sour. It was pretty good, but it was a tiny cup, and their system was weird because you had to go. They had which I would recommend next time for them if they're listening. They had Bloody Marys, and the Bloody Marys look pretty good, but I don't do Bloody Marys after like noon. That's stupid. But they have pickle, they have everything. It was loaded. It was pretty loaded, pretty better than most bars in town. It looked pretty good. But they would make you buy a ticket at the beer thing, and you have to come over and give your ticket to him to get that. So people were in line, and they would go, "Yeah, I want an old fashioned." Well, you got to go over there and get a ticket first. You have to get out of line, go get your ticket, come back. Instead of why don't you just have them order it by the beer and then have them go, "Yeah, I need a brand," and just have them go walk over and get it. It was weird to me. It was strange, the setup. It really was.
So does the Pleasant Prairie Beer Garden have enough bandwidth to take credit cards?
Unlike
the one at Pets?
Yeah,
okay.
They take. So I don't know why they couldn't take maybe some card only if you want. You have to go buy cash or you can come here card only. And they had 2 tip jars set up for both. Where it was it was weird. It was a weird thing. I don't think it was set up the best, but the old fashioned was solid. Let's go. It was good. Solid. Apple brandy was solid. I'm not a brandy guy, but it was pretty solid. And then Sunday I went to the Bears game on Sunday.
But you forgot the biggest thing is your sweep on Thursday night.
Oh yeah, dart ball.
You guys swept?
Yeah, we got our first official sweep in dart ball, our team. So I shot decent for not ever playing much. Rick shot really well, Mr. Beasley.
Every home runs?
No. You don't go for him usually. You had one?
I had a dinger and I had a double.
Did you really?
Nice.
Yeah. On purpose?
Yeah.
But you got like 2 outs. You just went for a homer?
Yeah, we were ahead, and I'm like, I'm going for a home run.
Yeah.
Threw 3 darts. The 4th one hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shoot the homer.
That's right, the homer.
So yeah, it was fun. We had a good couple of days, and it was fun. Busy weekend. Seems like it's busy every weekend now. Something going on every weekend through Christmas.
What's coming up this weekend, don't you?
What's coming up?
Flannel Fest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it Flannel
I was
Fest?
going to say, we didn't miss it.
Are we going out there? Are you in town this weekend?
I think I will be.
Flannel Fest?
I don't
think
it's at the Pets beer garden.
Yeah.
I'm going to be probably gone this weekend.
What?
Hunting?
The only reason we're going is because you're going to be there.
I know. I'm sorry, guys.
AKA Ed Fest.
Right.
Don't they have the jockey underwear run too?
The underwear. You could wear your underwear backwards, the thong.
I wear it all the time, so I don't got to wash it too often.
What the hell are underwear?
Just switch it around. Scott's got the days of the week on his.
I'm wearing Thursday.
Whoa.
Ed's got crotches.
I can never keep track of the days. That's my problem.
Does this make you horny?
Ed's wearing lacy panties.
Yeah, they're like
That's
cobwebs.
from moths.
The dog's chewing them all the time.
They say it says property of Amber on the front.
What does it say on the back?
Property of Critter.
Oh, that's
What?
gross.
Come on. I'm sorry, I'm going to change it. Property of Tim. Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah.
That was awful. You guys are horrible.
So let's okay.
I just can't afford a new set.
So
Hey, are we going to do good, bad, and the ugly?
So let's talk about the playoffs.
Playoffs.
MLB.
You got to do it. every
MLB
time.
playoffs.
So
First what we're
thrown
going to
off,
do is we're going to
We should do closing thoughts.
now.
Birthdays.
We're going to do Bizarro show.
Jeez.
Every show.
Closing thoughts, play
Bizarro
closing
show.
time to come back in and talk more.
Where's Jace with this holiday drink he was talking about?
So let's do this. Let's do baseball first, Ed.
I
Our
like it.
picks from last year. You got them
Oh,
on
yeah,
your
I gotta
paper.
find
So
'em.
let's reveal. So playoff teams are Astros play Tigers, Orioles play the Royals, Brewers play the Mets, Padres, Braves, and the bye teams are the Guardians, Yankees, Phillies, and Dodgers. So those are your teams in the playoffs. Tigers, a great ending of the season. The Mets also had a good half legs. The teams right now that are kind of just falling into the playoffs, and it kind of was weird. I think the Brewers have a good chance of beating the Mets, but the Brewers are one of those teams that kind of did the same thing as last year. They kind of got to the playoffs and they deserved it. I'm saying they got there. I'm not saying, but it's just kind of one of those teams that didn't really play great down the stretch. But let's talk about our picks here. What are our picks?
God.
Did I even make picks?
What's your name?
Eric.
You might not have been here for
With
him.
a K.
No, you would have been here. We
No,
did
your name's on here. You
Yeah,
got
you were
the
here.
Orioles here.
Okay. Oh, there you go. So
Oh.
name what everybody. Just go each person's name and pick our team. Say 'em, and we can laugh as we go.
Well, I'll go down the teams here.
Okay.
In the American League East,
Okay.
all of us picked the Orioles to win the division.
Okay.
Hop picked the Rays, and you picked the Yankees.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's nice.
I didn't pick the Yankees.
Nope, not to win the division.
Oh, not to win the division. I'm sorry. Yep.
A lot of us had the Yankees as wild cards.
Okay,
The
okay.
Rays as wild cards. A bunch of us had the Blue Jays. Ugh.
Yeah.
What do we know?
Yoink. Yoink. In the Central, probably the worst division for our picks. We all picked the Twins. You picked them in the wild card, but Hop, me, Willie, who's Jace? Jace picked the Twins. Eric picked the Indians.
Nice.
And you did too, as well.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you picked the Twins as
So
well.
nobody picked the Guardians then?
I picked the Guardians to win the division.
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
And Timmy picked the Royals.
So they were still the Indians when I made that pick.
No, that's been
You're
so
good.
long.
That's
Those
how
are from
long
2 years ago.
2003.
I picked the Spiders.
Jesus Christ, Eric's on fire.
The Expos.
But the worst pick of the draft, Chase picked the White Sox as a wild
Get
card.
out of here.
I'm going.
Did he not know?
We all laughed at him when he did. I remember this now. I do remember this. We laughed at him.
Oh, it's 05.
Yeah.
Was
was
that after his first shot of Malort?
Nobody picked the Tigers to make the playoffs, and they
Willie,
did.
well,
Not even
Willie.
Yeah, no, they were like still up and coming. They were young.
Yeah.
They're a year away.
I thought they were
Until they brought up all their youth at the end,
and that's why they did well.
The two Utes.
Do you know when their luck changed? Me and Timmy were at that game.
Javi Baez went to the
last game Javi Baez played.
Yeah,
we were there. They sat him, and then they were the hottest team in baseball after that.
He's a high price utility player.
He's a high priced Lucky Charm. Lucky Charmo. Okay, and then we go to the what is it? The West? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the West.
Yeah.
So me, Timmy, and Willie picked the Astros, and they won it.
Yeah.
And no other teams made the playoffs. So Scott and Eric picked the Rangers.
Wait, didn't they win the World Series last year?
A bunch of us picked.
Oh, I thought we were picking last year.
Yeah, me
You guys are
too.
way off. So a bunch of us picked the Mariners. Jace picked the Mariners win division. Hop did. You, and Willie picked them to. They just missed.
Yeah,
that's a good pitching staff. I was looking at the other day. They have 5 guys with ERAs like under 360 or something.
That's good.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a good team. All right, now we got to go over to the National League, which was it was a mess actually. Let's see. Everybody picked the Braves except Eric picked the Phillies again. Nice job, Eric. You and Jace.
Okay.
The rest of us picked the Braves as a wild card.
Okay.
And they got in today.
Yep.
I'm going to win this.
Actually, Timmy and Scott picked the Mets also as a wild card.
Oh, okay.
So you guys picked them all.
Nice.
The Central. All of us picked the Cubs to win the division except Hop picked the Brewers. So he got that one.
Mm-hmm.
And Hop picked the Cubs, and I picked the Cards as wild cards. Yeah. And Jace, Hop, Scott, and Timmy also thought the Reds would sneak in. I mean, they weren't that far off.
Yeah, they were. They were terrible.
Yeah, they were pretty bad.
They
got Ellie.
Yeah.
Let's go to the West. Nobody picked the Pirates.
Really?
Nobody.
That makes sense.
Oh, Jesus.
Interesting.
That we know our shit.
Yeah.
Every single person picked the Dodgers and was right.
That's a stretch.
That's a tough one.
Hey, they lost a lot of pitchers. They lost like 11 pitchers or something.
Yeah.
Drysdale.
Everybody picked the Diamondbacks to make the wild card, and I don't know how they don't get in because they were tied. So it's got to be some kind of
the weird tiebreaker. Involved,
yeah, so it was a tiebreaker.
To me, they're like one of the hottest teams going towards the last end.
Yeah,
I mean
they were last year,
like
too.
last year, yeah.
And then the Padres, who were probably the hottest team going in, Willie, Scott, Eric, and Timmy all picked them to make it in.
Okay.
So
nice.
Then we'll worry about the playoffs later.
Playoffs.
There we go.
So
we did pretty good actually.
We can go and pick who we think's gonna win these first series. We can do this first.
What are the series? I don't even know.
We got the Astros, Tigers. Tigers go to the Astros.
Yep.
We got the Royals visiting the Orioles. We have the Mets visiting Milwaukee, and the Braves going to San Diego. And all these games are 3-game series played at one park. They don't leave.
I like that idea.
Well, it's smart.
You should have a bonus for winning your the.
You said bonus.
I know. Well, the WNBA does the same thing now too.
Yeah. Well. So what do you? Let's go. We got 4 guys here. So let's start with Eric first for the first pick, and we'll go around. And we'll start with Ed for the next one, and me. Then so let's go Astros, Tigers. Who do you like in the series? Astros or Tigers?
And this is in Houston.
Yep.
All 3 games are in.
Yep. Yep. Maybe best 2 out of 3. Obviously.
I'm going to take the Astros.
Ed.
Astros.
I'm going to go with the Diamondback theory. Tigers.
With
Tigers came in playing hot.
You got Scooble, who's going to pitch, and maybe.
You never, yeah.
They might try to get him in.
And now the Astros are playing well, but I'm gonna go with the young upcoming team. I'm gonna go, and there's no drum involved this year. If there's a drum involved,
yeah,
going with the Astros. But no drum, I'm going with Tigers.
This be sweet revenge for AJ Hinch.
Oh yes.
Oh, I like that.
Now I'm even more roots for the Tigers.
All right, I'm gonna change my answer.
Who do you think, Willie?
I'm going Tigers. Yeah,
okay. Ed, you get to start this one. Orioles or Royals? Royals visiting Orioles, and it's a 3-game series at Baltimore.
Orioles got a better pitching staff.
I'm gonna go with the O's too. Oh, Royals another team that was playing hot though. It's hard to pick against these hot teams, but Orioles.
Bobby Witt's been a monster the second half.
I'm gonna go with the Orioles. Like it's hard. It's hard not to. But
They'll never be Royals.
I'm going Orioles too because when I was a kid, if it wasn't the Tigers, I liked the Orioles.
Because Cal Ripken, or was before that?
Earl Weaver.
He liked Jim Palmer in his underwear.
He's a big fan of
Brooks Robinson.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They're not
Boog Powell.
Boog.
Frank Robinson.
They're not
Baylor.
on the team anymore, though, right?
No, I don't think so.
Palmer is.
Palmer, McAnally.
Speaking of underwear, Jim Palmer.
Scott McGregor. That was later.
Yeah.
What do you like, Ed? Eric?
I'm going to take the O's.
Oh, so it's a sweep for the it's a clean sweep for us for the O's.
I'm showing my old face.
Brewers Mets. I'll start this one out, and I'm gonna go with the Mets. I think the Brewers are in the same situation as last year. I think it's. I think the last year's team was better than this team. Oddly enough,
I'm going to go the Brewers because they've had the extra rest, and the Mets had to play 2 games today.
Okay. Yep.
And now they're going to play a 3-game series on the road.
It's in New York.
Nope.
No,
it's going to be all Milwaukee.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Nobody wants to go up there.
I'm going to go. I like Ed's thinking there, but I'm going to go with the Brewers. Home. It's got at least
home. And the Mets had a struggle to get in.
Yeah, but one of these home teams has to lose. So far, we picked all home teams, right? Or no? I have. So I'm picking the Mets.
Okay.
I got the Mets.
Which in this one though is one of that's the coin flip series, I think, for me.
Would you pick, Eric?
The Metropolitans.
Nice.
So Willie, you start the Padres and Braves. Good series. Braves versus Padres. And although now Chris Sale with the back spasms, he will not pitch in the series at all. They already said he will not pitch at all.
And it's in San Diego.
Yeah, it's in San Diego.
Man, the Braves have had some bad juju thrown their way
this whole year.
But the one thing I'll say, the Padres play well down a stretch, as you just said a minute ago, Ed. And remember, for years, this was everybody's pick for the World Series for years, especially Eric.
I've picked them the last 4 years, so I got to. So I'm sticking with.
Is it their time?
Padres.
It might be their time. Hey, wait, now let me ask you a question. Can you tell us who we picked to get to the World Series? I'm sorry. Maybe that would help me make my. Maybe I'll stick with them. I shouldn't be going against my picks. If who was our World Series?
Yeah, let's do it. Scott had Yanks Braves.
Okay.
Willie's had Orioles Braves.
Okay. Everybody's still alive then.
Ed had
Mariners
Braves. Okay. I'm out.
Where's mine?
Hop had Rays Braves.
Okay.
Jace had Orioles Dodgers. What a front runner.
Possibilities.
Pick those big guns.
It usually don't work out, but it could. But it's a long series. Sorry.
So you don't have my picks?
I don't have yours on this one. You know why? You didn't pick the first day. I added yours afterwards. Because you never show up to the goddamn podcast.
No, I was obviously here because
that was like 2 or 3 weeks later, and we put them on there.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know. How about I let you know in a few weeks?
That's the best method.
What my picks were.
Well, I'm going to take the Braves in the series then, because obviously having a World Series, so I'm taking the Braves in the series.
I got to take the Braves as well.
I have to. I have no choice. I'm a fan of the Padres at this point, but
yeah, we can cross him off now.
Yeah, I got to cross him off.
Who?
Yeah, I was
when we did our best living baseball player, and we were deciding if it was Maddox, Nolan Ryan, Pete Rose.
It was Rose.
Or Bonds, obviously. Yeah, Rose is gone now.
Well,
makes my choice easier.
Let's come back to that list because I wanted to talk about that a little bit.
We will.
So I picked the Padres.
Padres as well, or not as well. I took the Braves, but I do like the Padres. I will say that.
I'm picking the Padres. They're on fire. They've got 3 stud pitchers, and Darvish hasn't even pitched that well.
Yeah, I do like but yeah,
everybody's on fire for that team right now.
Okay,
Jackson Merrill's killing it. Tatis, how's he doing?
Tatis? The
what do you
titty monkey thing I sent today?
Yeah, I like that.
I didn't get to see it.
That was good.
WGN9 had it on. They called the monkey the titty monkey, and he kept saying titty the whole time. It was hilarious. WGN Channel 9 Chicago morning newscast said titty about 15 times. There's a brown titty. There's a seriously.
Some people might say TT. But we're saying titty.
But in America, we say titty. He said it. I'm like, oh my God.
That's awesome.
Willie, who do you got?
Sundays are for kissing them.
I took the Braves.
Because we both had the Braves in the World Series. So
good job.
We got to stick.
Okay, that's first round.
So that's kiss it. That they won't. Braves are going to lose for sure if I had them in the World Series.
Sure.
All right.
So we'll.
We'll come back to that next week.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it next week. So we should be on the divisional series. I think starts Saturday or Sunday. So we'll be able to talk on Monday about. Maybe we'll have heads up on the picks. Then we'll be able to make picks, but we'll know what's going on.
Yeah,
So let's talk about week 4 in the NFL. There's 2 games going on. We're doing a show on Monday. Right now, the Lions and Seahawks are playing, and the Cowboys, Titans, and the Dolphins are playing. So we will not be able to talk about those games, obviously.
Oh, look at that.
Go. Was it a pick?
Go. No, fumble.
Oh, Metcalf did?
Fumble Rooski, huh?
That's awesome. So here we go. Let me find what I'm looking for.
Are they playing the Packers right now?
So NFL. What's going on here? Oh, there it is. Sorry, guys. So let's start off with Bengals at Panthers. Bengals win 34-24, win their first game of the year. Burrow 2 touchdowns. Jamar Chase had a touchdown, a big touchdown. Andy Dalton.
That was a massive touchdown.
Terrible tackling.
I know.
God awful
crazy.
Tackling. Dalton 220 and 2 touchdowns on their nice game. Chuba Hubbard 104 and a touchdown. And
wait, is it
Deontay
Chuba
Johnson,
or Chuba?
I think it's Chuba they call him.
I don't like that. I'd rather him be called Chuba.
I'm just gonna call him Hubbard.
So I've got him I've got him in a fantasy league. I kept him as a keeper. They drafted Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's coming.
They're
back.
like, he's coming back next week, so Chuba's going to be done. I'm like, he's been killing it.
We just talked about it earlier.
He'll be back next week. They'll start splitting carries.
Yeah, he'll probably get some more rest, but Chuba's going to be he's going to be the workhorse if he's putting up 160 a week.
Yeah.
Why would you pull
104 yesterday?
Yeah,
with a touchdown. Deontay Johnson found a home now.
Yeah, he's
783 and a touchdown. Yeah.
Well, Scott and I talked about because dude's coming back from an ACL, right?
And it's a year. It's a year.
Yeah, he's not going to be
He'll come
the same.
back. And then, like Barkley, the one year came back on his injury, was okay. Then 2 years later, Barkley's back to the old Barkley.
It's like a Tommy John in baseball. That first year, they struggle a little bit.
Yeah,
most times.
For running backs, the injuries are bad.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Should we do the joke again like we did pre-show? Was that when he was on the Sixers or when he was on the Suns?
Suns.
Okay.
Yeah, the injury. Yeah. Jets beat the Broncos in a 10-9 barn burner on a last-minute field goal missed by the Jets. Greg the leg, missed a field goal. Rodgers was sacked 5 times in the game, and I think there's trouble brewing in New York. I think Robert Saleh is short for a job. I really do. I don't know. You probably listen to radio, but
yeah,
his comment was that they were 5 false starts yesterday the Jets had, and his comment was, well, maybe we could start doing less of Rodgers. What his trademark is. Rodgers' trademark is getting you to jump off sides.
Mm-hmm.
That's his trademark. He's done it all years in Green Bay.
And you get free touchdowns that way.
And he says, well, we need to maybe get away from that a little bit. In a press conference, to not just talking, he was talking. So Favre's comment was, they asked him, what do you think about that? Yeah, we could do that, or we could just hold people accountable.
Yeah.
And I agree 110% with Rodgers. I think it's totally, it's not like Rodgers started doing this yesterday. Like Rodgers started, I'm going to do hard counts now. I'm going to do something different.
And he's one of the best in history at doing it.
Him and Peyton Manning are two best at it.
Peyton was the other one.
Hands down, because it became something. I mean, Marino could have been great at it, and those guys, but they never did it. Now they do it, and they were great at it. And
Rodgers is so good at getting that ball snapped and then just throwing to the end zone.
And let me tell you, he needs that hard count because their offensive line, I thought the Bears' offensive line was bad, but watching them, the Jets' offensive line is a mess. They got injuries, and that hard count helps keep them off balance, maybe, their team a little bit.
Yeah. How do you have Breece Hall and he gets 4 goddamn yards rushing?
Yeah,
he's the best he's the best pure running back in football right now, probably. At least top 2 or 3.
Yeah,
and he got 4 yards rushing.
So a 10-9, I don't know what's going on there, but I think Saleh is it's a shame because it's the offensive line. That defense is good enough. You want to put them on.
Oh, already. Yeah.
Benchwarmers hot seat.
And some guys are just more, he was a great defensive coordinator, right? I mean,
yeah.
Saleh was with the Niners. He was awesome.
And sometimes you figure out that these guys just aren't head coaches. And he could go right back into being a great defensive coordinator. It's just maybe he's not cut out for this.
And I'll give him credit because without a quarterback before this year for 5 years or 4 years, they've always won games and at least had end of the year had a hope. Well, if we get a little run here, we can make it. And they just haven't. But
isn't this only his second year?
This is 4th year there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's been there. This might be his 4th year, right?
Yeah, I think
because he had Zach Wilson.
He came in with
2 years. Rodgers last year,
really?
And then I'm like 4th or 3rd. 4th. I think it's 4th.
I think he came in with Zach.
Yeah,
it was his first year.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen? He's going to get the can. He knew he's become coach, Nathaniel Hackett.
How about Billy B? Billy B in New York.
Oh yeah,
Billy Belichick looking for a job.
Well, whoever Rodgers
be getting
decides
touchdowns.
is going to be the coach is what.
Well, I just don't understand the logic saying that. If you want to say that and talk to Rodgers about it, say, hey man, these guys are idiots. We
Mhm.
might have to dumb it down for a couple weeks. I can understand it, but to pretty much call him out because his hard counts are making
Yeah,
the
well,
poor discipline by our offense is your fault.
He's just bringing drama to the table. right there,
Yeah.
Look who's catching the balls for them too. Mike Williams, Lazard, Garrett Wilson's. I mean, I drafted him high.
They're shutting him down.
Yeah, he's got five catches for 41. No, I mean Lazard's getting open. Williams, those guys are old timers.
Yeah.
But they here's another thing. They know where when Favre comes out of the pocket, they know where to be. It's kind of like a Kelsey and Mahomes thing, I bet.
And Rodgers.
Yeah.
You said Favre.
You farved something earlier.
Yeah,
you
he
said Favre
farved
earlier.
You said a
I
Favre.
said Favre
You
too.
said a Rodgers. You threw me off. I'm like, Favre. What?
Rodgers, Favre. Only difference is purple cracks.
In congressional testimony, Rodgers said this. No.
Good old Shakey's Pizza.
That's funny.
Wow. Shakey's Pizza.
Texans come behind and beat the Jaguars. Jaguars could have won that game 4 times, and they did not.
And they came back with 48 seconds.
Yeah,
left,
they drove
right?
the field in under 2 minutes, I think it was, and then they were going in field goal range, and they went for it, and they scored. Eagle Collins and continues his incredible year, leading the league in receiving yards at 151 last year and a touchdown, 12 catches. Stroud 345 and 2 touchdowns. Lawrence 169, 2 touchdowns, and Brian Thomas Jr., the rookie, 686 and a touchdown. As the Jaguars moved to Texans, moved to 3-1, and the Jaguars go to 0-4.
Do we have another hot seat?
Doug Peterson.
Benchwarmers hot seat.
Doug Peterson
lives
yesterday,
on the hot seat, man.
he gave an answer out of both sides of his mouth at the press conference. They asked him about something, and he goes, we got, it's always the coaching. We can't go out there and do the plays, but you know what? Blame me. That's what he said. That's his exact statement. I'm like, it's like, okay, who we blaming?
He just kind of grunts a lot too. It reminds me of Wannstedt.
So
you think I should trade Nico in a dynasty league where I got him for $12 for the next 5 years or whatever?
Trade
now
him
you
for
said
what?
it. Now he might get hurt. You better trade him.
I got offered a trade for him.
Cash?
Petey. No.
Okay.
But it was for a quarterback.
Okay.
Because my quarterbacks suck. They do. I got Stafford and Herbert.
Mhm.
And then they try to throw in a receiver and they throw in Waddle.
Yeah.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have said who.
Yeah.
Now everybody can go look it up, but
I know who that is. Already.
yeah,
I could think.
And
already.
I was like, yeah, that. I said I love Nico. I said I don't. And that was before this week.
Yeah.
I said, I would trade him. I'll trade anybody, but I got to get some value back.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not good because I'm overpaying already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Nico's now the best receiver right now up to this point.
Hey, Jason's over there stirring the cocktails with his hand again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
None for me.
Falcons beat the Saints 26-24. You like that? Kind of what I
about
saw.
Koo?
Yeah, Koo 54-yard field goal, 56 to win the game as time almost expired. Saints and Falcons at 2-2.
Those are two exciting teams.
Yeah, they're kind of you don't get each
This
week.
is the year of the Falcons and Redskins. I think.
but I think the
Or
Falcons.
Commanders, I'm sorry.
Like Kirk Cousins said, I
Favre.
think a few weeks ago, you get it's almost like it's feeling out process for the team because he's new to the team as a quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but you got to learn whatever he does. And Kyle Pitts shot out yesterday in points, in anything. So we'll see with him. Eagles Buccaneers, kind of the surprise of the day. Not that the Buccaneers won, but how they won. Pretty much at one point, the Buccaneers had 255 yards total offense, and the Eagles had 0.
Mm-hmm.
0. 33-16. Buccaneers go to 3-1. Eagles drop it 2-2.
0.0.
After this week, Baker Mayfield called out Tom Brady for being too much of a ball buster, and it's more fun now in Tampa. And Tom Brady's response was, "Well, I wasn't there running a daycare. I was trying to win football games." So there's a little going back. I don't know. Baker Mayfield having a good year. Good for you. Don't poke the bear. That's might be, it's arguably one of the greatest of all time. We can argue about that anytime.
You don't think he's as good as Tom Brady?
When he wins one Super Bowl, we can put him in the conversation. We start talking about it a little bit if you want. Win one. You got to win one to at least be in the conversation, right? Win one.
Dude, these guys, they live at the stadium. They think they fucking own the place.
Just because you have the keys.
He lived at the other stadium.
Yeah. And he got kicked out by fucking Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Well, Massage Watson.
Sorry, guys.
So Hurts, 1 touchdown. Barkley, 10 for 84. Goddard, 7 for 62. Mayfield, 2 touchdowns, 347. And Mike Evans, 8 for 94 and a touchdown. Mike Evans just continues to do what Mike Evans does. It's crazy.
Man,
just like nobody picks him ever. He just get picked. He's like the fourth round or fourth. He's like the 30th receiver taken. He's always ends up top 10, and nobody did. No, we're not gonna take.
I was gonna try to get him off waivers.
Me and Timmy took him like late.
Yeah,
he's great.
Steelers dropped 3-1, lose their first game of the season to the Colts 27-24. Fields 312 and a touchdown and 2 rushing. Flacco, we don't do it. We keep forgetting to do it, but that's my benchwarmer of the week, Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
Joe Flacco. There was a Flacco sighting.
Richardson was hurt again.
Yeah,
and Flacco came in and threw 2 touchdowns. Taylor 88 and a touchdown. Pittman 6 for 113. Pickens 7 for 113. And Fields led rushers with 55 yards.
Thank you,
Jace. So they dropped to 3-1. Colts go to 2-2. And next week, I don't know. We'll talk about next.
So who has more touchdowns this year now, Flacco or Richardson?
Flacco has 2. Richardson
has 3.
Does he have 3?
Only 1 more than Flacco. Flacco played half a game.
Flacco looked good. When
he always does.
Him, yeah, he just you give him time.
I mean,
he
it's
needs
probably
time.
a simple down offense.
But he needs time in the pocket. He's not going to run away from nobody. Obviously, he's not mobile. So if you give him a second, he'll be okay. And he looked fine.
You give any NFL quarterback, you give him enough time.
And that's my next one. Commanders 42-14 over the Cardinals. Jaden Daniels 233 and a touchdown. They ran for over 250 yards. I think 200 yards for the second week in a row. Correct. Yes. The Commanders right now. Jaden Daniels is having a great start to his this year or his last 2 games. But when you can run the ball and just put pressure on everything, and you watch them, these guys are wide open. There's nobody around these guys. And Cliff Kingsbury was a great pickup by them because he's an ex-head coach, but doesn't have to deal with everybody. He just deals with his little world. Mm-hmm. It's him, Daniels, in the offense. They're running basically. Yesterday I was watching part of the game. And they said they're running almost the same offense they ran. He ran in college, the same offense almost, because Kingsbury understands these things and ran a college offense. It's the same offense he probably tried running in Arizona, Kyler Murray. So it's
and it worked for a while in Arizona.
Kyler Murray was too busy playing games, right?
Yeah. Kyler Murray might be becoming Jamarcus Russell 2.0, and not that Jamarcus, at least he studies. But what I saw from Hard Knocks that year, it just shows every time I watch him. I just see the same guy I saw that sat in the corner, didn't say a word, and the only guy I talked in the quarterback room was Colt McCoy.
Yeah,
it was weird. It was a strange thing I've ever seen.
Kyler's actually accomplished quite a bit in the NFL. I'll give him that. Jamarcus Russell accomplished nothing.
Yeah, but it's a
similar style of
I should take that away. He's becoming more of a
personality.
For all the talent he has and all that, he's just not doesn't sometimes, and he's got decent race.
1 week he's awesome, and then the next week he looks like shit.
Well, he had a couple really good seasons. I mean, they had the season where they led the NFL with wins. I mean,
he's good.
But again, we're 4 years removed from that. Of course, he had the injury, and
he's been good this year in this game, though. He stunk it up.
But the huge key there is Brian Robinson is having a great year for them junior also. He's running the ball really
I love
well.
Brian
Robinson. That's a good
I got him like
right
2 or
there.
3 leagues, and he's
really I love Brian.
Chase.
Is this on?
Now without bullet holes in him.
Well, I just want to say, the new Call of Duty does come out in a month and a half.
Oh,
so they always say, wait for his decline. I mean,
duty.
serious about that. You have seen it. I'm not even
call.
joking. You have seen a decline in his numbers after Thanksgiving when the game's released.
That's a good call.
That is an actual true stat that his numbers do decline after the release of Call of Duty.
He's usually injured though after the Thanksgiving too. So
he's only 5'7". The guy's he's beat up by that point. He fell in a hole. The fields aren't as flat anymore.
5'7".
So the Commanders go to 3-1, and the Cardinals drop to 1-3. Patriots.
The other thing I was going to say is, so I mean, obviously Jaden Daniels has been awesome in this situation. And I'm going to put this disclaimer out for the other shows. I know they're going to start doing the same as the Bryce Young and the CJ Stroud thing. And they're going to compare the first two, the 2 quarterbacks again. But I don't see it yet. Not even close. There's not a comparison like that. But they're going to try, I guarantee. Do you see them going to be doing that? Well, Jaden Daniels had a great week, and Caleb Williams, it's going to be, okay, calm down. Give them a fucking couple of years.
No, they're always going to be.
Well, I know, and
I will say be in the same.
I will say
it's going to happen.
Geno Smith right now is a 75% completion percentage. He's second in the league behind Jane Daniels 80%. Now, if Jane Daniels can use 80%, I'll eat my socks. He's not going to stand for the rest of the year. He's not. It's just hard.
That's incredible.
NFL is hard.
Incredible.
If he ends at 70, 75, that's incredible. Also, he probably will. But the last 2 games, if you want to compare, the passing numbers and touchdowns don't match up. Obviously, well, the touchdowns are 1 or 2 off, but with obviously talking Caleb Williams, he has completed 70% of his passes the last 2 weeks as well, and he's
I don't see Bryce Young in him.
Yeah, he once again, and I watch Indianapolis. He's throwing balls to open guys, which is what you're supposed to do. I still have seen, like yesterday, I saw 2 more throws, and I don't know if anyone watched the Bear game. 2 throws I haven't seen a Bear quarterback make probably ever.
Yeah,
the Cole Kmet throw down the middle was incredible, and the touch on DJ Moore was even more incredible. It was just throws that you see that you have to make those. And I think they say Caleb Williams yesterday, all of NFL, not counting tonight, obviously, because these games I haven't been played yet, but under pressure, which means more than 5 or 6 guys brought to you, he was at 123.5 passer rating yesterday. So those are now. The flip side is the pressure could be his own team's fault.
Yeah.
It's not the other team might know, but it's something that's important to be able to not be mistake prone in those situations and make plays. That's the key to it. And both big plays were made on blitzes and rushes. And he stands in the pocket.
The other difference is
I love it.
Cliff Kingsbury's offense is way more refined.
Yes.
And Waldron's offense, which seems to be a lot of outs and short passes.
And Waldron yesterday, I'm going to we'll go Waldron credit.
I know.
We sat in different seats in the end zone yesterday, and there was he missed a Roma Duzé run down the middle field wide open. He did. He was wide open. He just looked down right away. I mean, he checked down too quick because I think he's got that pressure thing still. He's got to get more protection.
Oh, the game's a lot faster.
Yeah, and he looked down, and then there was a play later when DJ Moore kind of didn't, and everybody blamed. You heard about this probably today. DJ Moore kind of stopped the route.
Yep. Yeah.
And he jogged through the end of a route by the end zone, and Moore threw and Caleb Williams threw a bullet, and when he threw it. It was one of those things people were like, oh, why didn't you lob it up or blah, blah, do this for that. And it's like, well, he's got thrown there and watch. And a couple people I saw on TV, like ESPN were talking about today, and they said, that's the right throw. He just got to run through He beat his guy. DJ Moore beat his guy. He was
passed by like 5 yards.
Yeah. And he just kind of went like this. He kind of went like this and he turned, he goes, and he started trying to run again. And then threw his hands up. And DJ Moore's been weird the last 2 weeks, but that's something to talk about.
All right. Let's
some other time. Patriots lose to the 49ers 30-13. That game was really never close. Chiefs Chargers, that was a close one. Chargers win 17-10. They just keep winning games. That's all they keep doing.
Chiefs won.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Chiefs win the game. They just keep winning games. That's all they keep doing. That's all they do.
But that one play now that defines this whole game and their season.
Rashee Rice play,
yeah, crazy.
Which Mahomes is getting a bunch of flack.
I will say,
he's trying to make a tackle.
Stuff did come out. They're not 100% sure he's out. They're running more tests. They've seen second opinions from doctors, and they're still determining more.
He's gonna be out for a while, though.
Yeah, when you go to second opinions, that means you're hoping for something.
Yeah, we just saw Jordan Love kind of the same thing
the tests
too.
were all inconclusive today, apparently, and they're going for more tests
because they're swelling still.
Back to the 49ers. Forgot to mention Christian McCaffrey has bilateral Achilles strains in both legs.
I know.
They're saying.
And he's dealt with this for some time. This is not a new thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad I drafted Breece Hall #1 overall over him. But yesterday, it didn't give me any more points.
I had #1 pick in 3 leagues. I took McCaffrey, and then thank God that this league is only a 10-man league, and it let me pick up a guy on the first day of the year when he wasn't going to play. It let me go in and pick up Jordan Mason. I didn't let me drop a guy. It was weird. It let me do it. So it's their rules. And I have Jordan Mason ever since. Jordan Mason's been,
he's been
as
really
good as any running back in the league. And then the other 2 leagues, I took CeeDee Lamb. And the other league I took.
You took Breece Hall in one too, didn't you?
No, I didn't get Breece Hall in any league.
Or Bijan.
No, Bijan. I took 2 receivers. It was who's the other good receiver? CeeDee Lamb and I didn't take Jefferson.
Debo?
No.
They only had 2 #1s. I just took CeeDee Lamb and I took who'd I take in I took CeeDee Lamb and with AK.
CeeDee Lamb's a good pick. I mean,
I mean, he gets the targets, and
so me and Timmy, we argued.
I couldn't take. We argued in 3 leagues,
and I said, "There's no way we're taking McCaffrey." He's like, "I really want McCaffrey." I'm like, "I can't believe for 3 years he's gonna have 3 good years in a row."
Well, if he's healthy, he probably would.
Well, he's the best player in football when he's healthy. But what are the chances he's gonna stay healthy 3 years in a row?
And he was already,
and he hasn't even played this year.
And when we drafted, he was already had injuries happening.
You see that?
Yeah. Awesome.
Metcalf gets almost gets a touchdown that would have helped me, and then Kenneth Walker, who I'm playing against in Pete's league. So now I'm losing.
He got stopped at the 1.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
They did put out Sunday morning. McCaffrey can start running on hard ground as soon as this week. He's back from Germany, and they did say,
"Well, I can run on hard ground too. Doesn't make me an NFL player."
They did say back by late October, early November. So
okay,
that's their shoot date.
Jace, what is this drink? Because it's actually pretty good. Got good flavor to it.
Tried it yet.
It is.
It's like jungle juice.
Oh wait, hold on. Let's in the middle of the thing. We'll do this real quick. Here we go.
Well, I got a beer of the week.
Do it twice.
This is different though. Listen.
I get to do it.
I like beer because it is good. I drink. If you like pina coladas, getting caught in the
You know, I don't like beer, but you know what is good? Fall. Fall is good, and fall is here. Tomorrow is the first day of October, so I have an autumn harvest punch that I made for the Benchwarmers. It's a gallon of apple cider. There's some ginger ale in there. It says 48 ounces, but I only did about 20 ounces or so. 28.
You sound like a slacker.
Well, I ran out of room. There's apple in it. There's orange in it. I did not put the frozen cranberries in it because I was like, we'll wait. I'm gonna make another one. Do you guys like this though?
Yeah, it's very good.
I do like it. It's pretty refreshing.
There's a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. By the way, didn't measure that out. Just did a few taps.
Did you measure with love there?
Yes. And there's 8 cinnamon sticks I put in it. Called for 5, but a little extra flavor.
Probably gets better as you let it sit.
Oh, this one for sure with fruit in it.
And
Don't measure like I measure.
Willie and Eric here, the Benchwarmer alcoholics, have bourbon in theirs.
All right. Hey.
And
What the hell?
Scott and Ed took theirs sober tonight.
Yeah, it's sober-tober.
How much bourbon did you put in there? Because I can't taste it.
Oh, and you're not an alcoholic. Did you do a shot? You let it pour one shot?
Yeah, I did about 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it'll stop.
It'll
It's
stop.
got a stopper on it.
That's like a half a shot.
Go get more and pour more in for him.
Well, hold on. Just a
He
little.
needs a couple.
No, give him a whole nother shot.
He needs one for the road.
Look at the bourbon show in October.
It's September.
So yeah, thank you, Jace,
Yeah,
for
you
that.
You can
That's
take
very
bourbon.
tasty.
Yeah, it's not bad.
There's
Thanks,
no snow
Jace.
on the roads yet.
Appreciate you.
So
man.
just tip it and don't stop pouring. It'll stop itself. Just let it go. Oh, see it stop. Now do Eric's. Those pour. You think let it go. Don't.
That's a full shot. And
That's
there.
ugly.
Yeah, see, there you go. That's it.
But I only had like this
I
much
maybe
in there.
did a little more because it did stop one time, and I just thought that's because it, sometimes you gotta it stops. Sometimes
Yeah,
they get a little, so you gotta. So maybe
You know what?
What is that bourbon?
Willie buys the expensive ones that never stop.
Old Glory.
Old Glory bourbon whiskey.
Oh, that's like wild turkey.
Yeah.
This is small batch. Don't know what
So
that
the
means, but-
Cowboys beat the Giants 20-15.
Now
Cowboys
there's bourbon in it.
back to 2-2. Giants dropped to 1-3. Malik Neighbors in that game suffered concussion. Should play this week. They're saying 12 for 115. And CeeDee Lamb 7 for 98 and a touchdown. Dak Prescott 221 and 2 touchdowns. Daniel Jones 81 and no interceptions. The Bills get destroyed last night by the Ravens and the Derrick Henry Express 189 and a touchdown. Also, Lamar Jackson 2 touchdowns and just a bad game for the Bills. Just chalk it up to a bad week.
From the week before.
Yeah, it's
but you're playing Jackson.
and I'm watching that game. It's just week to week how his league goes. A week ago we're like, oh, Josh Allen, and he still can win MVP. I'm not saying he can't, but watching him last night, I was just watching something. The league's hard.
Mm-hmm.
You're behind against a defense like that when you're chasing. They got their ears pinned back and they're coming after you. It's tough. When you can't run the ball really at all. You're screwed.
Yeah,
So-
we're Packer fans. We saw that.
Is anybody going to be wanting any more of that other than to take upstairs?
They might want to top it off a little
give me-
more juice
give me a
on
little
it.
splash.
Yeah.
Give me some juice because you just put a lot of bourbon in there.
Are you sure you don't want more bourbon?
No, juice.
And so the Bills
You want to
beat
hear me slobber?
the Bills lose to the Ravens 35-10 in that game.
You called that Derrick Henry thing though. It was a perfect fit for him.
Yeah,
he looks like a monster.
Yeah. And he reached the fastest so far, 22 miles an hour last night.
21.3.
That's hustle. Think about him
his
hitting
age?
you. Think about him hitting you, going 22 miles an hour.
He's like Ron Dane coming at you.
Yeah. Vikings-Packers. Vikings 31-28. They jump out to a 28-0 lead, and the Packers make a comeback, but end up losing in the end. 2 missed field goals in that game. I didn't know that until today I saw.
Oh, my God.
But you know who's available? Brandon McManus. He's available. The charges of sexual assault. The NFL said it's the weirdest thing I saw. The NFL said they found no wrongdoing, so he can be reinstated soon. And then the lawyers for the victim said the NFL never even talked to us. It's a really weird situation. You think they would have talked? I don't know. It's just weird to me. But the Packers dropped to 2-2, and the Vikings moved to 4-0. The Sam Darnold MVP talk keeps building. That was probably to this point in the year. I would say, well, no, I shouldn't say that. It was one of their tougher games. So they beat San Fran, which is pretty impressive. But that was a tough game going to Lambeau against a team, against a crowd, with the quarterback back, and all this. It was tough.
He's never played there.
And this is just being funny. I'm not trying to be a I'm not trying to be a cleano.
Yeah.
But who would have thought Malik Willis be 2-0 and Jordan Love be 0-2?
Yep.
It's not going to last. I know that, but it's just it's funny. The NFL's crazy. It's nuts. It really is.
yeah.
It's nuts.
You can see the rust on
And the
him.
thing I've seen though, the thing with the Packers the last 2 weeks I've noticed, and I know they won against Tennessee and they really need to do it. Their running game has kind of disappeared a little bit the last few weeks. And now yesterday they got behind quick, but they did run the ball to start the game. They just didn't really run the ball effectively. It's kind of weird.
They did in pockets,
and it's kind of good. I mean, Josh Jacobs was getting saved a little bit. Maybe I know they lost the games. They won one and lost one, but at least not because you can't run 30 times every game. And the other kid's pretty solid. The rookie that they have,
Wilson,
our second-year player, he's solid.
Yeah.
And you'll get Marshawn
Lloyd. He's the rookie.
He's on IL, but he'll be back in a few weeks. So it'll be fine. I mean, they're going to be fine. Obviously, I think the defense missed Jair Alexander yesterday. But you know,
a couple things about that game. They were a mess in the first half. You could see the rust on. This is the first game I've watched all year. I watched like a quarter of the in spring training or whatever you want to call it. He looked rusty, but then he started getting. You could see it. You could see when it like late in the second quarter, all of a sudden started clicking again with him, the speed and everything. But they dropped a touchdown pass on a 4th down. They missed 2 field goals. It was 13 points they left on the board.
I'm a Bear fan. I see it all the time. So
I know.
Well, the fumble by Kraft is that.
Oh, he fumbled?
Yeah.
Late in the game.
I mean, we had momentum going like crazy.
And the thing about it too, and I didn't know. I watched some of the game. I didn't watch much of it, obviously, at all because I wasn't at the Bear game.
Yeah.
But the one play that I did see that stand out, and it was a good point. It was pointed out great by the analysis and that guy doing the analysis. Well, Sunday Night Football. I can't remember who he does it.
Is it going to be the Wicks throw?
No, it was the throw at the end. When he dropped back off his back foot on 1st down, he just threw it to the end zone and got picked. It's like you've got 3 timeouts.
It was very
There's 4 minutes left.
Very Favre-like.
And he just threw it up, and it wasn't even close to like the receiver.
He was trying to get a 50-50 ball.
And
the receiver did not react well to it.
But the announcer made a great point. Yeah, you know what that was?
You have it right. The 3 timeouts. Yeah, all that.
And I didn't know the situation. The guy said, we have 3 timeouts and there's 4 minutes left. You have the momentum. Don't do that because even if you can score in a couple plays or even get to the field goal and get a field goal, which that kind of iffy. But then you get timeouts and go on defense and make them move the ball.
No, I get it.
So it was Wicks on that play. It was Wicks on the pick that bounced off his hands and went. So they had one pick, went through a guy's hands, hit Wicks, hit him, and then went right into the Vikings' hands. So, I mean, whatever, that's a pick. But
and then Wicks ended up having, though, a pretty huge game.
Yeah, he had a big game.
Yeah.
But that play was a guy come off the end unblocked. So it was a 50-50 play. Like you said, he was throwing it up for grabs.
Yeah.
Wicks never looked up. And if he finally saw it when he hit the end zone, he saw that guy going up and he kind of reacted.
Yeah.
And I understand what you're saying. You still got 3 timeouts. Just throw it out of the back of the end zone.
Or just, I mean, that could be, if you don't see the whole field, who knows? Maybe there's an outlet guy.
Only one of his picks was bad. That one I don't consider bad because he did what he was supposed to do.
What I saw from his mobility wasn't great. I don't think he should have played that game.
It got better. He got better in the second half.
But that back foot throw, you could tell he couldn't run. He just didn't want to run. He just wanted to take a chance. He just threw it because it was pressure up the middle, so he could have maybe floated one way or something. And
that second half,
he took advantage of the defense in the second half because they were playing with a huge lead, obviously. So they were
playing cover too.
I'm surprised Brian Flores did that too. It was surprising because I did see that. I didn't really notice that, but they were talking about that somewhere too. And they said it's almost like Minnesota just said, but I get it.
You got to appreciate the fact that he knew it.
They have
and
to go the whole field and they have to make use. And it worked out because they ended up.
So all that underneath stuff worked. And then it set it up for some big plays.
Yeah.
Like they were saying, when you're playing that cover too, there's a soft spot at about 20 yards in there, 20, 25 yards. Mm-hmm. And he kept finding it.
Under the circumstances, getting down, big, I thought that he played pretty damn good in the second half. I think it was,
I
agree. As a Packer fan, if you're looking at the future and you're like, okay, is this guy good or not? He looks legit. He really does. He coming off an injury, down 28-0, 28-7. And keeping his head in the game and making some plays. I mean, you got to appreciate. You have to appreciate that, even if you're not a Packer.
You know
fan.
What? He came in wearing a Brett Favre jersey.
He did. He really
had a Brett Favre game. He played injured. He was probably all fucked up on Vicodin. Maybe sobered up in the second half.
That play you're talking about, that is so Favre.
That play is so.
Isn't that what Favre was on?
He was a Vicodin.
4 touchdowns, 3 picks. I mean, that's a Favre game. 400 yards.
He's getting the Vikes from Yurkovich.
No, That game didn't bother me that much.
No,
the first half was a fucking disaster, and I'm just watching. I'm like, I couldn't get the Bear game, and it kept clicking out on.
Well,
Fox
it's the,
32.
what I saw of highlight. It's kind of the first time I've seen that. LaFleur at first had no answers for the defense. Defense, they didn't have no answers. For
Nobody
it.
has so far, right?
And that's true. I mean, that is true. That defense.
He was scratching his head a lot.
Yeah, and you know what?
He was pissed off a lot.
Yeah, and
he had Jordan Addison. They're going to get Hawkinson back in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that offense.
I heard Moss is coming back too.
Randy, yeah. And then the last game we talked about, Bears beat the Rams 24-18 at home. They hold the longest home winning streak in the NFL right now.
No shit.
7 games. It's crazy.
Well,
craziest stat.
The Bears do?
Bears.
Yes.
Nice.
Bears.
Yeah. When I saw it today, I go, Dad, this is a lie. And then I saw it somewhere else. I'm like, that's incredible. You heard that too, right?
Willie just perked
I
up
should have
during
asked
the
the question. That could have been a trivia question.
Guys,
you guys would never got it.
The Golden Bachelorette just came on, and Willie just went like this. He went,
yowza.
Wow, she's a
Man,
fox.
wonder what her mom looks like.
She's a fox.
What her mom looks like.
Yes.
She could drive my Model T.
Meemaw. What does Meemaw look like?
Oh, I hope she wears that mothball scent.
Jeez.
That gives me a chubby every time.
Mothball Ginate.
So
God,
while we do good, bad, and ugly now.
What?
That's gonna take.
I was just gonna say something about the Bears. I can't remember.
I'm sorry.
what it
Go ahead.
That could be your good.
What was it? What were you talking about?
The Bears won. That's all I said.
I would have bet differently. If I'd have known they won 7 in a row at home, I would have picked them.
They're home next week again.
Who they playing?
Panthers.
Or Panther. Yeah, well, that's a good game for them.
Steel Panthers?
I think the one thing, the Bears defense played really, really well again yesterday.
8 in a row.
They played really well at home. They played really well again. The defense again just made.
You know what? And Caleb Williams did enough to win.
Yeah, he's.
You don't have to be the best quarterback in football if you win the games.
I like the way he's.
They're going to be 8 in a row at home because they play the Panthers.
8
in a row. Possible.
It's not the Bengals. Bengals defense is garbage, and they.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen, I couldn't get that game in. I was pissed. I was going to climb up on the roof and adjust the antenna and see if that worked.
Oh, that's what Max McGee did.
I know, right? I said I'm never doing that during a game. Bad juju.
Wow.
No, Juju never did
it. But
he had somebody else.
The only thing I've seen is looking at the stats and trying to watch as the game tracker goes on, is they're not throwing down the field enough. But I'm guessing it's coming.
Yeah,
as he gets more confidence, picks up the speed of the game.
Well, they ran the ball well yesterday.
Moore's not getting. He getting 1 or 2 catches a game, and
he
had
6 yesterday. I think 6, and he had a touchdown.
Where the hell's the Bear game?
I believe he had 6. I thought he didn't lead. Oh, he might have been a leading receiver.
Moore had 3 for 22.
3. I thought that was last week 6.
Allen had 3 for 19, and Adunze had 1 for 10.
Yeah, Swift had 7.
Yeah, it was almost all in Komet. Well, Komet's having a monster year already.
Yeah, he's having a good year too. So
and I liked Komet.
Yeah.
So
let's do the good, bad, and the ugly. Mm-hmm. So let's start with Willie, and you can choose what you want, whatever your pick.
I'm going to go with good. My good is Tarek Skubal.
Who?
Your American League Triple Crown winner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
18 wins, 2.39 ERA, and 228 strikeouts.
So I'm guessing he is the Cy Young Award winner. That'd be hard.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I really would.
Who's going to be the other Cy Young? They were saying they could have 2 Triple Crown winners again this year.
Sale did Sale, yeah. In the
I don't know if he got it. I didn't see.
I don't know.
Well, he didn't pitch today, so it depends what happened.
He probably did then.
Unless he didn't.
I think he did get it because he didn't pitch.
Yeah.
The only thing with strikeouts part of that, or is it just ERA?
I know for a fact that
it's ERA, strikeouts, and wins.
In wins, I know for a fact that Skubal had him beat in strikeouts because Sale had 225.
What Skubal have?
228.
That's funny.
Garrett Crouchette had over 200. They were fucking throwing him only 3 innings a game.
Yeah,
his numbers are off the charts.
Yeah.
And the problem with them, I thought Jay said this or someone, they want to sign him to a long-term deal. I think for the White Sox position right now, they should trade him for whatever, because
they're more than 1 year away.
Yeah, these guys, is he gonna be like that for 6-7 years? Probably not. So
25.
Yeah, got to find a manager.
But trade him, because you're not going to win next year because you have one good pitcher. That team is team is by far away from one good pitcher.
They had 3 good pitchers this year. They had Fetty.
Yeah.
They had Dylan Cease, and they had him.
Fetty Wap?
Yeah, Fetty Wap.
Fetty
It's a singer
I love
rapper,
that.
right?
Yeah.
That's your good, Emily?
Yeah, my
Scuba?
good.
Great.
Eric.
My good is freshman receivers. There's two guys that stand out to me. Heather had pointed out several times on Saturday that Jeremiah Smith, who's 18 years old, and just unbelievable. Another unbelievable Buckeye prodigy receiver. He's destined for the NFL. 6'3", he's just a beast. Some of the plays he made was incredible. And then, of course, what's the other school? Alabama. Ryan Williams, this kid, incredible. He's already got 462 yards, 5 touchdowns. Smith has 5 touchdowns. I mean, these guys look like the next. They look like the next Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
He can't even vote yet. He's 17.
He's 17. Yeah.
It's insane.
Which guy? The Alabama kid's 17.
Yeah, Alabama's young. Yeah.
And the other guy's just turned 18 or whatever. Yeah, they're freaks. I mean, and it's it seems to be these same schools: Alabama, OSU, LSU. They're just these freak receivers are coming out of there. It's just, it's fun. They seem like they're good kids too. I mean, at this point, it's when they get 10 years into the NFL that they start to lose their minds, right? So yeah, fun to watch. Freshman receivers. Ed.
Paul Skeens got Rookie of the Year today. Probably one of the best rookie pitching years ever. 11-3, 196 ERA, 170 strikeouts, 198 batting average, 095 WHIP. He was the first rookie pitcher to record 23 starts with a sub-2 ERA since 1918, over 100 years.
Wow.
And his girlfriend's Livy Dunn.
Livy Dunn.
Oh, really?
And he's got a sweet-ass mustache, too.
He does.
Que cosa?
But he was the National League pitcher in the All-Star game, and he also had the lowest ERA in Major League Baseball since he came into the league. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, he's a legit.
Nice.
Hey, can I go back real quick to?
Yeah, you got another
Eric's,
freshman?
No, but crazy thing about it. Normally, a guy that's 17, he would turn 18
soon
this year, right? February 9th, 2025.
Wow.
He's young.
Yeah.
He's a youngin',
He's
yeah.
real young.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Wait, his 7.
Well, Braylon
He
Allen
won't
was
turn
really
18 until
February
of 2025.
Is in his freshman year of college?
Yes.
I didn't turn 18 until November.
So
yeah, but he's February. That's like the new year.
Yeah,
that's
so
weird.
yeah, you and I
the next year.
The next year.
No,
Ed,
no,
you and I
he's-
were cut off.
Yeah,
kids.
you're right.
He's
I was
February
17 and
I was
17.
I
in
turned
college.
18 in October of my
Yeah.
college freshman year.
Yeah, I turned.
But he's not going to.
November.
So that
Yeah,
means
you're
he
right.
started school when he was like 3.
Well, I think he
4.
something to do with a year. He skipped a year or something like that.
There's
Wow.
well, each state has different deadlines.
Right.
for
Yeah, and he could have.
kids. I mean,
In Alabama, they try to keep him in school as long as they can.
So that means he was.
Ed, you and I were like that.
Yeah.
We were deadline kids. It's like
October 1st was deadline.
Yeah,
it used to be December 1st.
December 1st was mine. That's what
Wisconsin was that too.
December 1.
Is that
Because
what it was?
I have one of my best buddies, December 1, and so he's almost a full year older than me, but we were always in the same.
Yeah. And now
classes.
it's like you got to be the age by the time school starts. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Day of.
I gotcha.
So yeah, he's rather young.
Very young.
Freakishly young.
That's- I
Braylon
just-
Allen was the same way because he turned 18. Like it seemed like it took him forever to get to.
Did he? Well, he's only 19 now, right?
20.
He's 20.
He's the youngest guy in the NFL.
Did he just turn 20, or was 20 when he got to the NFL?
Yeah, and he had
to
to
be
be
20 when he got there.
You have to be in college for 3.
You have to be a junior.
Yeah. So he's only 20 years old, right?
Yeah, so he was 17 in college too. Then.
Yeah.
Had to
Yeah,
be.
he was. So it's kind of the same scenario. Super young.
It's got to be a hard adjustment though.
Oh,
This is not Kenneth Walker again.
did
Is
you see
it?
that?
Mhm.
A hook and ladder type
No,
play?
that's what's his
Charbonnet?
name? Yeah.
Or Chabonet.
So
No,
it-
it's Chardonnay.
And real quick, if you don't mind.
No, Merlot.
So
His brother's
Williams
Merlot.
committed to Alabama as a high school sophomore, but decommitted after Saban retired in January, and reconsidered his options. He went back to Crimson Tide with DeBoer.
Well, the story about him, I was listening. I guess during, I'm guessing spring ball, there would be it's for college, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was like 7th or 8th on a depth chart because they probably have 75 receivers there. And Jalen Milroe actually stood up for him and said, man, he needs to play more, and started saying the quarterback for Alabama. And that's kind of helped him out because Milroe? Is that his name? Jalen Milroe?
Milroe, yep.
And saw in him, and that's one of the reasons he got bumped up too. The coach said, okay, let's take a look, let him play a little more with the first team, second team, and rest might be history at this point for that kid. And who knows? At least college career wise, he looks like he's
got to be tough for like freshmen to come in and make an impact in those, especially those huge programs.
Oh, the speed too. It's the same as going from the high school to. I would say that I know NFL's fast, but going from a high school program to the SEC, I wonder what that's got to be almost as big or almost harder than going from college to NFL. If you're going to be a good pro, right? I mean, you got to learn the speed still, but it's got to be crazy. A kid's 17.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, you play against our mother of the worthless miracle, and then you play against Georgia. You know, it's
the worthless miracle. That's great.
You got a kid that's 5'3" the year before, glasses guarding you. You run by
and
every
then
time.
you have a soon-to-be NFLer just trying to run you over, and legitimately he's killing it at 17 years old, just killing it. It's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice. Go ahead, Scott. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, you're good, Scott.
My good is Ian Happ.
I remember him.
Took a baseball with $500 wrapped up on it through the left field the other day, and a ball said, buy a round on me, left field bleachers, and he bought the whole left field bleachers a round of booze.
Freaking love
a
it.
beer. So
Ian Happ all the time.
Ian Happ that's my good. That's all.
Does he play with his wallet like in his pants? Those pants are tight.
And if you ever seen him when
he puts on the front,
when that guy's yelling at him from the Ian, you eat Twix crooked or whatever that guy. Ian doesn't think it's funny at all. He doesn't even flinch.
Good. Buy me a beer though, Ian. I like it.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
awesome.
Take it. I'll take a free beer from you.
Good man.
So you're bad or ugly, Willie?
I'm gonna go with bad, and I thought it was kind of tough to find bad, but I'm gonna go with watching the game last night. I'm going with Josh Allen. So his QBR rating was against Arizona 137.7, Miami 107.1, Jacksonville 142.1, and then with Baltimore a pedestrian 73.9%, 180 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So
that's your MVP.
There you go. But he did have a bad week.
So, it happens.
Yeah.
You can't be perfect every week, right?
Yeah.
I get to do this at least once a year, right? I get to twist this around so that I could pick another good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So my bad is Derrick Henry because he's a bad motherfucker.
You can't do that.
Are you serious? Just like what? Just like Jules' wallet, right?
Yeah.
It's the one that says bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
So this guy, I mean, obviously you saw the 87-yard just freaking, what did you say the speed was?
21.3.
Yeah,
21.3 miles per hour.
Yeah, I mean, just like trying to stop a freight train. But so and we've talked about it already so far this season. Every week we said this is the best pickup of the NFL season so far. This guy coming to the Ravens, it's going to make the most impact. I mean, and just the career of Derrick Henry. So he is now just under 10,000 yards. I mean, we're witnessing a Hall of Famer, right? I mean, if you get to 12 to 13,000 in your career, you're basically in. So I mean, it's impressive. This guy's incredible, and he's making a measly $1.2 million as well with the Ravens because everybody thought he was washed up. So he's just a badass. I've always enjoyed watching this dude. I mean, he's just an incredible player. When he started with the Titans, who was there? Who was the guy that was with the Titans at the same time that they kept
Chris Johnson.
No, it wasn't Johnson. There was another fairly good player, and they just Henry. You just got to play Henry. You got to play, and eventually they did. And he just
you sure it wasn't Chris?
No, it wasn't Chris Johnson.
I think it was after that.
I don't know.
There was somebody there that was solid. No, it wasn't Eddie George, but
Earl Campbell.
But it's just
there he is.
He's got a 2,000 right. He's got a 2,000-yard season.
Thank you for your service,
Henry.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody gives MVPs anymore to running backs. It doesn't happen anymore. But this guy's had a phenomenal season, and he's just proven everybody wrong right now. It's just awesome. So he's a bad motherfucker, Derrick Henry.
It's a good one.
This is gonna be my ugly or bad. I mean, we're gonna talk about the Pete Rose and all the dead guys later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Boise State's women's volleyball team. Did you guys see this one? They took a forfeit instead of playing against a male that was on the women's team at San Jose State.
Making a stand.
Which I agree. I mean, it should be a good, but it's a bad that they have to, forfeit games.
Make decisions like that.
And then, the NCAA will probably come down hard on them. Hard on them.
They got a bone to pick with them.
Wow.
Johnson. I don't know.
It wasn't Johnson. It was another guy.
They had the balls.
Finkel and
Can you
Iron.
believe they had the balls to do that?
Fuck. Those guys are nuts.
Come on. Somebody help us out here. We're running short.
Willie, relax. Don't get testy.
Just because she had an Adam's apple. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean,
her name wasn't even Adam.
Yeah, it seems like a dick, but dick move.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, that's your bad then?
She was a seaman.
Is the ball in my court now? Was that
That was my bad.
Did you do a bad? Oh, you're bad motherfucker.
Yeah, bad motherfucker.
My bad. Oh, I had it on top of my, but you made me start laughing now.
Yeah, it's hard. I usually don't.
God bless it.
It's hard.
I had a good one. I didn't write it down
He's
either.
a little funny.
My bad. Oh, man. Now I'm mad.
You are a little funny.
No, I'm upset because I forgot what my bad was.
I will come back to you.
Yeah, do your ugly. I'll do them back to back. Do your ugly.
Okay, my ugly is, I think it's so blatantly obvious, but the White Sox in their 121 losses.
Great one.
That's a lot of losses.
A lot of losses. And it was. I was happy my Tigers were able to help them out with that. But
Jesus,
the Tigers. That should have been the good for everybody. Oh, we haven't got there yet.
No, I had good. It was.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Eric Skubal.
Shit, I don't know. A little bit of bourbon just got me all flustered.
Okay, I got my.
Yeah, go.
I'm gonna do a quick bad because my ugly's gonna be better. I'm just gonna say my bad is Chris Sale not being able to pitch the wild card. What do you call it for a series now? It's a shame for the
regional.
Yeah.
Why? Why? What happened?
Back spasms.
Oh,
and he's out.
Wonder what he's been doing.
I got those every morning.
Yeah. So now you're ugly. Go ahead, and I'll get my ugly after you.
Looks like we'll never
Well,
pitch.
I'll be the somber one, and I wrote this down before we heard about Charlie Hustle. But my ugly is, we've done this before. My ugly is cancer. Dikembe Mutombo, I mean, prolific. One of those just big personalities of the NBA, a fun guy. The whole finger wag. 58 years old. It just fucking sucks. Brain cancer. It's a damn shame. But so my ugly is cancer.
8-time All-Star, four-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Second in career blocks.
So I said, not in my cemetery. No, I love Mutombo.
Not in my plot.
Not in my plot.
Yeah.
No, and he was a good man too. He did a lot for the was Nigerian, right?
I don't know if you can say that, but yeah.
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 He's
and wasn't
one
he
of my Nigerians?
I think he was Nigerian, yeah.
I think he was, and he did a lot for the local communities where he came from. He started schools.
I want to say, does he have a medical degree too? And he did some stuff.
Well, in Nigeria, it doesn't take much to get a medical degree.
Like Sam Kongado did that too.
Democratic Republic of Congo.
Oh, he's Congolese.
Congo.
Yeah.
Good drum player.
Oh man, you never hear I was going to say you never hear Congolese in a song, but you did. Warren Zevon's Rolling the Headless
Congolese.
Yeah. They were shooting people in Congo.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good song.
That was your ugly? Oh no, you got your ugly.
I even got my ugly. I don't really have.
He's got options. I love
it.
He's got like 6 of them.
No,
you don't.
It's the Redskins. So they changed the name to the whatever. What are they? The football team now or Commanders now?
That's the hockey team you're talking about.
And now the Native American, they actually use their dad or their as the actual Redskin. He was a real person. They used his face. They want that back because there was a bunch of lame white ladies from some suburb somewhere that were probably complaining.
Bunch of Karens.
Yeah, that one. And they never had nothing better to do, so they got that name changed. And these people want their father and and their relatives back on the Redskins thing. They were never asked.
I think there was a story
just like
that.
It's like Aunt Jemima type thing.
Uncle Ben, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They were the families were like that was like their.
How would you like to be a black person or a Native American person in this country and they just erase you? It's 2024
because somebody felt like it was wrong, and it wasn't the person that
some
actually
asshole in a fucking studies course at probably a technical college
at Georgetown.
Yeah, It's ridiculous.
Hanging out in a Harvard bar, drinking lager.
How do you like the apples?
I like them apples. Oh, horse collar.
I thought there'd be a bunch of fucking equations on the wall.
Good movie. Like that.
Great movie.
Robin Williams, best. Well, that and like Dead
Patch Adams.
Dead Poets Society. He was
Oh
awesome.
God. Oh, Captain, my captain.
Yeah.
I love Patch Adams. People said it was terrible. I loved it.
It is terrible.
No, I thought it was great.
He was in a lot of good. He was
That was a horse. That was a horse collar.
a lot of good movies.
Can't believe I missed that.
Two of my heroes, Robin Williams
And Patch
Pete,
Adams.
and Pete
Oh.
Rose.
Pete Rose. Yeah. So you still do? You got an ugly?
Yeah, I got it. My ugly is and I like this guy a lot. I'm a big fan of his on the PGA tour. But Tom Kim and his baby acting after he was a little bitch the whole weekend, talking shit and putting putters down because they didn't give him a gimme and shit like that, and then saying that people were talking shit to him and the other Kim. They're not brothers, are they? Not being funny now.
They're not.
So they look identical.
And him,
they do.
And him and Kim played really well until they got their ass kicked the last day.
Yeah.
Yep.
They got shown the door because he hit a bad shot at the end. Then he was blaming people. They were saying stuff to us and blah blah blah. Well, first and foremost, you were on international soil, so there was more shit talking to the Americans probably.
Yeah,
than
the
to you.
fans were really rowdy too for
Yeah.
the international side.
And I mean, I like Tom Kim, but just once again, Tom Kim, I saw the show, and I think you all watched him on what's the golf show on Netflix?
Full Swing.
Full Swing.
Yeah.
Very, very sheltered childhood. All he did was golf his whole life.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what the real world's really like. And
He's
that's the problem
20.
with
He's
these
like
people.
21 years old.
But
too.
the problem I had with it, he talked the most shit of a golfer all weekend.
Yeah.
His actions, anybody. I was fine with it. I'm like, that's cool, man. Good for you. You know, you're pumped. You're playing well.
Did you see him on 4-ball when he's like dancing around, high fiving, jumping up and
What'd
down?
you see when he yelled? He made a putt and like yelled at Shuffler. You kind of like,
So
Shuffler.
no, he said, "Let's go."
And then Shuffler made a putt and goes, turned around, and Shuffler's not that kind of like
Well,
that
Scheffler
guy.
went, "Really?"
Yeah, he turned, and then he turned around and screamed at him after he made a putt that was even longer.
And then he rode over him in his
Scheffler
car.
or Schauffele?
No, Scheffler.
Scheffler,
okay.
Scheffler, yeah.
Okay.
him and Scheffler
I was
were-
so surprised to see Scheffler do that. I was like,
Yeah.
holy cow. I was like, because Scheffler doesn't seem like the kind of guy, only would hit people with his car and not
Although-
yell people.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Although Scheffler, if you listen to some of his press conferences, he's getting a little bit of an edge to him, which is it's actually kind of funny, because reporters are asking him stupid questions, right? And he's got some
he's
quirky.
getting tired of that.
Yeah, he's
shit,
getting
right?
tired because he's there. He's there every fucking week, right?
Yeah, we saw the same
He's
thing
at the
with
podium
Tiger.
every damn week, and
He-
so it gets old. But
he's
yeah,
like
I
Tiger
agree
now.
with you. The whole where he laid out his putter to show the distance. Well, that's bullshit, dude. If the putter's the distance for a gimme and it means something, you got to make that putt. And he made the putt. He should have just walked away.
And the putt, and the
Make
putt,
the fucking
and the
putt. Then
putt
you
was
proved
to
him wrong.
and was to have the hole.
Yeah,
And it was a decent length putt. I mean,
So?
Scheffler missed two of those putts.
yeah.
That's
oh,
why, and Scheffler missed two of those putts that were shorter than that. So you know what?
Shit, if McElroy was in this, he
And
would have missed about 5 of them.
And Scheffler did it on back-to-back. Scheffler did it on back-to-back holes.
Yeah.
Oh,
He struggled. And was that 4-ball when he struggled, or was that last day?
I can't remember.
The last day he got beat by Matsuyama.
Did he?
Oh, he lost. Had that.
Yeah, I was watching football.
Which is it Matsuyama?
That's
He's got a
what-
little bit longer hair
That's
right
what
now.
he played. He played Matsuyama. Yeah.
But again, they kicked their
Kim did
ass.
backtrack. He did apologize to Furyk about
Okay.
his actions. He goes, I didn't mean to go negative in such a didn't mean to go in such a negative way. If it did, he goes, I'm sorry. I felt like when I heard some comments yesterday, I've heard that was at the time. It just, coming off the agreement made me mad. So
What country is he from?
Korea.
North or south? Because the one.
So Ryder Cup, he would play for the international team. Then
Yeah.
want to play for the American team because he's not American. I think he's American though.
No, what do you mean?
Kim.
He speaks
It's
perfect English.
it's wherever you were born. I mean, he was born.
No, but he was a U.S. citizen when he played for the U.S. because I think he's a citizen. Tom Kim.
Tom Kim did not play for the U.S. when?
I'm just saying, but with the Ryder Cup, it's weird because he
No,
is a,
Ryder Cup. He's not in the Ryder Cup
But I'm just saying, for the president, it was weird he played international because you think he'd be an American player.
because he lives there.
I think he's a citizen. He was born here, I believe.
Oh, what?
I think in that that
Well,
show, he sounded like he was raised here, wasn't he?
Probably like the
There's
Olympics.
got to be some sort of you got to have some sort of citizenship.
Yeah, maybe he just chose to play. I don't know. I'm just saying that's why I was surprised to see him playing for them because when I saw
Because
him,
he played 2 years ago in the President's Cup too. Because
okay.
they paired up the two Kims, and they were also
No,
very,
he's South Korean because you know what? He's delaying his Military service.
Oh, go figure.
I've got delayed until 2035.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I remember when Ernie Els had to go do his service. He was in the prime of his.
Well, I think it wasn't Korea. If he would have won a tournament, he had to do something. He would have got it clean absolved.
Oh,
he wouldn't have had to do the service
because he's won tournament. He's won.
No, the Olympics.
And
Tom Kim would have finished in a tie.
And he was silver. He won the silver,
but
right?
he didn't finish.
No, he won the bronze.
He didn't finish high enough to do it. You had to win it. If you win the gold, you get exempt. That's what it was. I think it was him because Scheffler won it, right?
Scheffler won it. Fleetwood was the silver, I think.
I don't think Kim placed.
Oh no, maybe he.
So
did.
that's what it was. He didn't get a medal.
Matsuyama did.
He had a medal.
Yeah, Matsuyama got a bronze.
I swear it was Tom Kim with Korea. They said if he didn't medal, if you medal, you don't have to serve. And I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. A country that makes everybody serve, you don't have to do it. Well, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I get it because in those countries, getting medals is like,
oh yeah,
is like you're regarded as like incredible in those countries when you win a medal at Olympics. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're in America. Everybody gets a medal here.
America.
Can
Can
I do one more good?
Sure.
Packers' new safety, Xavier McDaniel, they picked up. He got his 4th pick. And it wasn't a pick. His elbow hit the ground before he got control. You could see it. But
yeah.
The only break the Packers got in the game, really.
He's been a good pickup.
Great pickup, yeah. They asked him before the game, lady, I can't remember who the lady was, but she goes, well, you're down 2 cornerbacks, and you got to face Jay Jettas and Addison and this Darnold, this passing attack. What are you going to do? And he goes, we accept the challenge. And I was like, that was a great answer for a guy, especially a new guy to a team, just like, we accept that challenge. Like, what's he going to say? Oh, fuck. We're missing who?
Panic. No,
my car's out in the parking lot. It's already running. I'm ready to get out of here.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it was a great answer.
We're gonna do birthdays, but I guess not. Willie left.
Let me get the.
Oh yeah, do that. Yeah. Me and Ed will fill time.
It's a light one. Start talking about Pete. I want to know in that conversation.
Can you rinse this out and use that cup for me again? I don't want that.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing dishes for you.
Yep.
I just don't want that anymore. It's disgusting. Yeah, it's okay. It's kind of soury.
Look at Bradley. Doesn't even know how to throw a cup away because he's got 4 kids. He's like, what do I do with this? Jackson.
It's like Ed when he's got extra peanut butter. Come here, dog.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Media day for NBA was today. The media day for NBA teams last couple of days.
Anybody have some cool haircuts?
Oh yeah. Let me see. What's his name? Jimmy Butler's hair this year. It's pretty sweet.
Who's
Jimmy Butler's hair again? Was pretty sweet again this year. Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Not as crazy as last year, but it was pretty funny. Jimmy Butler's got. I think Jimmy Butler's a screw loose. I don't know if you guys realize that, but I think he does.
Kyrie does too, and I like both those guys.
Yeah, they're both kind of cuckoo for coconuts, but I like it.
You know what though? Some of the guys that are like, what would you call it? Colorful.
Yeah. And they don't hurt nobody. They just go play the game. I mean, they're both good at the game. They've never been in trouble. They just go play basketball.
Yeah, as long as they're staying out of trouble. I mean, you got Tyreek. He's not as colorful, and he's always punching somebody or attacking people or driving over them or catching touchdowns.
Who is that?
Tyreek.
I think that's Scheffler you're talking about.
Yeah, it's Scheffler.
So tonight in that game, we're doing this on Monday, but I don't know if we talked about that. Will Levis had to leave the game, so Mason Rudolph is in at quarterback for the Titans, and it's looking like it's going well. It's 9-3 that game. That looks like a barn burner.
Just like that. Well, at least there was rain involved yesterday in the Jets game.
Yeah, the Jets game it looked like when I saw the highlights of that game or whatever when I was watching it, it looked like it was a game you'd see in like late November. The weather look. I mean, it wasn't cold, but just the way it looked.
Were the lights off? There's only one light on in the end zone, like on TV, and the rain's coming down sideways.
It was like weird. It was like a weird look, and it was funny. Not funny, but
thanks to the hurricane.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk. Yeah, not thanks for the hurricane. What are you thinking of hurricane for? That's weird.
I said thank you to the hurricane. That's why they had that weather.
Oh yeah. We didn't talk about the hurricane. Pretty crazy. I know Ed brought it up, but pretty crazy. It's 100 people dead. They said now.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be more than that.
It went through Florida and ended up through Carolinas. I think someone said a dam busted in
North Carolina.
What area? It's a pretty prominent area. And what was the name of the area?
Asheville.
Asheville.
Yeah.
One of the oldest city destroyed, pretty much. So it's
tons of breweries there.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Asheville, it's in the mountains.
Yeah, Asheville's in the mountains.
Dam,
Western Mountains.
Yeah, a dam broke open and it washed the town away. Basically, that's what I heard. Yeah,
the town of Asheville.
Yeah.
Asheville's a big city.
It got destroyed. Yeah. Didn't it? Am I right? Yeah.
Destroyed, yeah.
Pass that to Scott.
Is this hurricane talk or?
Yeah. Sad thing is, they're American citizens. It's not Ukraine, so the politicians aren't going to do anything about it.
You missed my whole starting.
That's said already.
I've seen it all over. I was like, "Can't come down here and put my flannel on." When I heard
I
you
did
talking
that
about
way
it.
before.
Oh, and I just want to say this too. Here's my amazing. The MLB announced they're going back to wearing
jerseys.
individual primary home and road grays for the All-Star game.
I love it.
The players will be wearing for like workouts and the home run derby events.
Of a
their All-Star game gear, but for the home run derby and All-Star game, they'll be wearing their primary uniforms. So
that's cool.
That's great.
Hey, are you done? Can you get me a napkin?
Yep.
Jesus.
Hey.
I spilled a little.
Is that what you guys
Doesn't
call
matter
it?
if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good.
Well, beer is usually good, but Ed already sampled this, and
I did not.
He grimaced a little. So, I stopped at Woodman's on the way here, and I'm like, what am I in the mood for? It was a warm day. It's the end of September. We're going into October. I'm not quite ready for all these October beers, like the pumpkin ales and the Oktoberfest. I'm still kind of. So I just, let's do like some sort of farmhouse ale. So this is the name of the brewery is Jolly Pumpkin, but this is not a pumpkin ale. They're in kind of in the Traverse City, Michigan kind of area, Dexter, Michigan. Yep, I've been through here. It's an oak aged sour beer. It's a farmhouse ale. It's called Bam Beer. So let's give it a whirl. I've never had it, so
I have not tried it.
zero expectations right here. Let's see what we get. 4.5 ABV, so fairly light. Should have a little sourness to it, right?
I like that.
Yeah, it's a farmhouse.
It's not overly just kind of little tang at the end.
Yeah, it's a weird start, and then it gets a little tang at the end.
It's of the sour variety.
Hey.
It's yeasty.
We're listening to Ian Beck. It's like Caesar salad.
Yeah.
Yum, 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 yum.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck?
It's okay. It's pretty good.
No, it's not bad.
It's kind of you're transitioning, much like Ed is, to the fall season.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I
thought you meant as a volleyball player.
October, we'll probably do an Oktoberfest beer. Will usually brings one, maybe a pumpkin ale, maybe a Scotch ale. And then you know what November is, guys. November's stout month.
Stout month.
Yeah.
For sure.
So this is just kind of getting us there. End of summer, getting into October. Jolly Pumpkin. What did I say it was called?
Jolly Pumpkin.
Bam
Beer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Salud.
Thank you, Eric.
Looks like my dog on the thing here. Looks like Neo.
That's it. September.
We're banned.
Remember we saw them?
Yeah.
At Ravinia.
I know them.
I
know them.
I saw them like 2 or 3 times back.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Back when they were in top 20, you saw them.
They were probably opening for people.
Who was that?
I bet.
Willie used to drop his fire, sweat, and tears. Or
Willie used to drop his panties at that band.
1977.
Did you have an 8-track?
Shining Star. Yeah, I had the 8-track.
Were you one of those kids dancing in American Bandstand?
Bandstand.
He was on Soul Train.
Hey,
in Detroit.
Whatever.
That fro you had?
Yeah.
Wait, there's a fro somewhere? Where is it? Where's
It's
that fro?
somewhere.
Your hair is somewhere.
I've seen it.
Willie grew up just off of 8
Right here.
Mile.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, show that to the audience.
There it is.
I know, it's great.
And he never had a beard until recently.
He looks like a young Ron Howard.
Yeah.
He looks like little orphan Annie before she transitioned. The sun will come out.
Mañana.
That's terrible. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, now he's playing volleyball.
No, yeah.
Or
balls
swimming.
in your court.
With my nuts hanging out of my shorts.
Like bad grandpa.
It's right.
So birthdays.
Birthdays are Pete. Are we talking about Pete?
Who's
Or
Pete?
Pete Rose.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Pete.
Or we didn't do that at the end.
No. We can do it now.
Okay.
Let's talk about Pete Rose.
Charlie Hustle.
Yep.
Do I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think and Ed brought out the list because Willie Mays passed earlier this year, and we said who's the best living ball player, and his obviously was at the top.
Yeah, he's right there.
Probably one of the most polarizing athletes ever, right? I mean, just with everything that went down with the gambling, and obviously he's got the career hits record. You can't tell the story of baseball without talking about Pete Rose. I mean, really, and he's a big part of the story. And we're 70s kids, 70s and 80s kids. We remember him. It's not Willie Mays is hard for us to remember because we weren't there, but we remember Pete, and polarizing player, polarizing coach, and then everything that went down. Wherever you stand on the side of the Hall of Fame, he's a Hall of Famer in my book. And so I don't know, rest in peace. I mean, just gave it everything he had as a ball player, and that's what we should remember him by, as a ball player. So, yeah.
Yeah, I usually don't get too upset about these things. It's like, okay, some athlete far away land died or something. It's like, okay, it's sad. I actually was a little upset when I saw Pete Rose died today, because growing up, and I was a little bit of Brewer fan, mostly a Cub fan growing up, and loved Sandberg and all that stuff. But Pete Rose was the guy. I mean, everybody. I have every Pete Rose card except his rookie card, because that's like way out of my financial. But I have every single card from 64 on. I collected Pete Rose cards growing up. It's. And it sucks, how his career ended. It was after he was done playing baseball. What's sad is he's known for being this, piece of shit, but it's after baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's not during, it was when he was coaching after. He was the last player coach too. I mean, guys, he played 27 years or something, then became a player coach still. And
he was a Scott Barter Major League Baseball.
Yeah, he still got 2 hits. Barter actually broke his hit record. That's how long he played. But
57 years.
The sad thing about it is now they're probably getting to the Hall.
Yeah, I don't want him in there
now. You know what?
Just like Santos.
Yeah, Santos got in after he passed.
They're gonna bullshit. Mongo got in this year right before he's gonna die.
Yeah.
But yeah, they pull that shit all the time. I don't know.
I was at a Hall of Fame induction when Kenny Stabler got in, and he had been passed for years. His family was almost kind of like bitter about it.
I don't think he'll get in.
You don't think so? Hey,
They'll
maybe
stay on their ground.
not with Manfred, but somebody else comes in.
Every GM, every commissioner has said the guy that suspended what's his name?
Faye Vincent, wasn't there? Giamatti.
Giamatti is the one who did it, and they said he's not here to say it's okay, so we're not going to do it.
Who's Giamatti's kid?
Who?
Paul Giamatti.
Is it really?
Yeah, the actor.
Oh, I didn't
Are you
know that.
serious?
The actor?
The actor
From Sideways, guy from Sideways.
Sideways, yeah.
From John
I'm
Dies
not
at
going
the
to
end.
drink any more fucking Merlot. That guy?
The guy from Billions.
He's been in so many things. He's such a good actor.
John Dies at the End.
What?
You guys don't even know that one.
Oh, you ruined it.
I know he was a great actor. He's good in everything.
They call him thespians.
Is that what they call him now?
No.
We call them softball players.
Yikes.
That went too far, I think. What's in this Bambier?
Yeah, and then Flip, I mean, all your sentiments are correct. I just remember his nickname was who he was. I mean, he just played every minute, from killing a guy in the All-Star game to
a friend of his.
Yeah, basically killing a guy.
I remember watching that game.
That Ray Fosse where he destroyed him.
Yeah, I mean,
and they went out to dinner the night before, but that's how he played, man. He was everybody loved him. I mean, there's pictures of him. He's like flying through the air.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how did he not get injured every year?
Yep.
Plus, he played every position essentially. and was good at them all.
Was he sick? I mean, nothing's been written.
What did they say?
I just said the family wants you to respect their privacy, so it's not saying how he passed. But he was 83.
83, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he's had some pretty hard living after. I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know.
Even during baseball, I'm sure he was.
I mean, he had a great head of hair, and then he was. What was he always? What was that?
I'm looking at the Wheaties box right there.
Yeah, I brought the Wheaties box up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the first, actual
a ball,
athletes.
just
to be
a ball player. You know, you just.
He was a ball player's ball player.
Yeah, when you picture a ball player, if you close your eyes and you're like, okay, picture a baseball player, I picture Pete Rose.
It's true.
I do. Picture Pete Rose.
And then also, Dikembe Mutombo passed away, brain cancer at the age of 58. That's young, and Eric talked about it a minute
Way
ago.
too young.
Another one of the NBA players, kind of under the radar. A guy you wouldn't go right away if we said top 50, and nobody would name Mutombo, but you could argue he is maybe top 50 of all time. He probably is.
Yeah,
personality-wise,
yeah,
great personality.
And if we're talking
Top 10.
defenders, he's probably top 15,
Yeah.
top 10. I mean,
probably top 10.
And he was in that the Georgetown Centers, that era. Good player. Good player.
Did he win a championship or no? He got there with the 76ers, correct? And they didn't win.
Didn't he come back and didn't he grab one? Wasn't he on the bench with that Heat team with Dwayne Wade and Shaq?
I know they were on the team that beat the Bucks. Iverson, he was with Iverson. Then they ended up they lost to the Lakers in the championship.
So Jalen Phillips today for the Dolphins did a.
Oh, nice.
No.
Good for him.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I was a fan. I will say this: the Bears players this weekend. I sent it out. The Bears players wearing the Derrick Rose paraphernalia walking. That was pretty. He retired.
Yeah, we were talking with Derrick Rose retiring.
Tyson Bagent walked out, wore the All-American jerseys, McDonald's All-American jersey. And
Yeah.
it was pretty cool for guys to understand who Derrick Rose and what he meant to the city and all that. For guys
Well,
that weren't from there.
a Chicago guy.
Yep.
And he was in a tough spot because there was the Jordan era, then there was the lag where it was emptiness, and then he was the next guy, right?
And they were up 3-0.
He won an MVP. Yeah.
Cavaliers in that series and lost, or 2-0 when they lost.
Yep.
LeBron's early years when I think that's the year LeBron went and lost to the Celtics in the championship there.
Yeah, and then I think is that when he left then?
Yeah, he may have left after that. Yeah, because he didn't win his first championship with the Heat, right?
But
LeBron.
No, they lost the first year, then they won the 2 middle years, and then they lost his.
No, but he didn't win his first one until he was with the Heat.
Yeah, right. No,
Yeah,
they were in a finals.
Yeah,
and they got swept. Yeah,
because the Cavs made it when he was young.
Yeah, they got swept
by the Celtics. That team with Paul Pierce and
well,
Garnett
they actually made it to a finals.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
got swept
by who? Who swept them?
So I want to say the Spurs.
Oh, it's very possible.
Yeah, but I mean, just to finish my thought, so Derrick Rose, obviously the injuries. It was always the meniscus, right? The meniscus. That's why I think of Derrick Rose. I close my eyes, think about Derrick Rose. I think about the meniscus.
Yeah.
But what was impressive about him was the comeback.
Yeah.
It took a while, and then he came back and he became a very effective role player in the NBA. I mean,
6-man type player.
yeah, just a great guy.
Spot starter at guard.
How old is he?
I'm going to say he's 38.
Okay.
What do you think? 38?
Probably.
Derrick Rose?
Oh, we don't want to ruin birthdays.
Is it his birthday?
Oh,
It is his birthday this week.
Oh, don't look it up
What
then.
are the chances?
Is this a segue?
Well, let's get into it
Wow.
then. Wow. Now, you know what?
God, we are getting good at this.
What
We
this
got
show
segues now.
What this show does, it puts me on the edge of my seat every week. It really does.
Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is the day. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday, dear someone today.
So I got something, find out if you're old or not for your birthday. If you fall down, if people laugh, you're young. If people panic, you're old.
So Timmy's right in the. He must be middle aged.
He's in a sweet spot.
What if you're gonna have to get a tarp out?
Because you got people calling a rescue squad, and other people laughing,
and both at the same time.
Probably should change his name to Tim Tarpley or something.
Jesus, Willie.
Like Roy Tarpley?
Exactly. Well, yeah.
Was he a Syracuse guy?
No, he was a Michigan guy.
Oh, Roy Tarpley. Was he on that team with Ramil Robinson and Glenn Rice?
No, I think that was after the fact. I think he's passed, hasn't he?
Tarpley, I think he did
Roy-
pass
Roy
away. Yeah,
Tarpley has
I thought he
passed,
did. Yeah.
Let's see if his birthday's on here.
Well, it won't be.
Today is your birthday.
Wow.
Dear someone today.
All right, who's going to start this shit show?
Eric's up today.
Eric.
Is it Derek Rose?
So are we going Eric Ed or are we going Eric
Eric
Scott?
Ed.
Yeah,
Eric
we'll go
Ed,
this
yeah.
way.
EE.
Because otherwise I get confused now.
I get confused because I'm on the other side.
Last week you stole my spot. He passed me right up.
You
I
are
did,
on the
I
other
did.
side. That's for sure.
All right, so Eric,
Yes, sir.
Rob Deere.
Rob Deere. How about that? Bringing that heat, Willie.
Right off the bat, man.
Woo. Rob Deere. God, I remember going to games. He's 54. No, he's older than that, isn't he?
Oh man, Rob Deere.
Yeah, he's older than that.
Let's see, 34.
What'd you say?
54.
59.
I'm gonna say 56.
64.
Wow.
It took him a while to get up then.
Yeah, because I was thinking he was in his 30s
wife
then.
said that a lot too.
No, he was probably 25 or 20. I think he came up in 85. It was right after the Brewers.
Yeah, but that would be. Oh yeah, 40. I did wrong math. God
Yeah.
damn it, I had it right. I just did the wrong math. Stupid.
Me
ass.
too.
I would have got it, but I was at 60s. What,
Yeah.
what was his age?
64.
Right when
Damn, I would have said
54.
66.
That's why I was at 50.
No, I said 54, right?
Oh, you'd have been right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
you did.
10. I did. I
64,
forgot to 10.
yeah.
I forgot to 10.
I think he come up in 85.
Oh, wait, stop. Do it over. I'll go first. Wait, what'd you say?
I said 64.
50.
I said 64.
No, you didn't,
No,
liar.
I said 64. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, you don't play games right.
Good temperature.
Oh, 69 downstairs in the old
Oh,
in the
it
old
feels
freezer.
colder,
That's
though.
right.
Oh, I
I
can
started
tell.
to
You
heat
took,
up.
you took your jacket
I know
off.
the bourbon got to me a little bit. Just a little smidge.
Okay,
Looks like
Ed.
you're going glass cutting later.
Hey, Glenn, what's up?
Oh, I know. I got some. It is a bit. Well, so what I said when I came down here is a bit nipply.
I didn't know we had residettes down here. Where'd you get those?
All right, putting the pullover back on.
It's a cardigan.
I thought those were
Pullover.
I thought those were Hershey
Pullover.
Kisses.
That was way off.
All right, Ed.
Yeah.
Bryant Gumbel.
Ooh.
Oh man, I know Greg Gumbel, but I don't know how old Brian Gumbel is.
He's facelifted so much in his life.
I know. I'll say 65. I don't know.
I'm gonna say
Maybe younger.
73.
I'm gonna say 70.
76.
Wow.
No shit.
They're right about that black don't crack thing, man.
He's
looks good.
he's had a lot of facelifts
Yeah,
though. I think he's
I
had
agree.
a lot.
He's got that little clicker in the back of his head, keeps tightening.
It's like a hard hat. You're just
That's right. Exactly. Tightens it up. All right, Scooter. Kelvin Johnson.
Ooh.
Well, he must be old. He's been out of the NFL. He retired.
Yeah, he's got to be at least 100. Man, he's only gone. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet. He will be coming up probably in a couple of years. Is he in the Hall of Fame? No, is he in the Hall of Fame?
He's not old enough to
he
get
will
in
be.
yet.
5 years. He's got to be out of the league, so he's not nominated next year. I don't think. Let's say I'm gonna say he's 39.
Good call. Did he retire when he was 28, 29?
Yeah, he was still in his 20s.
How was he then 30?
No, he was in his 30s.
He was in his 30s. So
Yeah,
he was,
yeah.
well, if he's 39
Oh, 'cause
next
he
year,
has 5
he was
years
probably.
exemption.
I bet he's
33.
35 or 36. I
Yeah.
bet he retired at because
Really? I thought he retired
because
so young.
I don't think he's on this ballot. He's got to be. He's obviously gonna be a first time. I think a first.
Yeah, Megatron, man.
He'll be close to be a first ballot, but he's not on unless he's on this year's. He could be.
Hmm.
But 34.
There was a
30
lot of dudes on this
34.
year's.
34 sounds right. His age when he retired to me.
See, and that doesn't seem so young. I felt like it was like he was 29, 30.
So he was drafted in 2007.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to find out what his last year was.
Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday.
Okay, we can move on.
Yeah,
Okay.
move on.
Okay.
Eric's up.
Eric's up. Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. KD.
Yes, sir.
K.D. Lang.
Oh.
Mhm.
Really goes,
Drafted really young.
Katie Lang, yes.
Drafted after
She was a Spitfire.
1 year.
She was a Spitfire at Tennessee.
1 year out of Texas. 34.
He saw Calvin Johnson retired in 2016 after 9 seasons.
Then he's in the Hall of Fame. I bet he is.
I didn't even.
Calvin Johnson is in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, he was elected in
yes
21.
Yeah. See what I said?
Yeah.
I thought I saw that.
So he was like 29 years old when he.
So
retired.
okay, sorry.
I don't know how I got it right.
I ruined your whole thing here, Willie.
KD, I said 34.
He said 34.
Oh, KD Lang, yeah. And going up to. Oh wait, no. KD.
Don't do
Kevin
that.
Durant.
This is Kevin Durant. Yeah.
That
He's
KD.
still in the league, right?
Yes. He's
It's
a
Scott's
son.
turn, by the way.
No, it's his.
It's my turn.
Is it?
Eric went
Oh,
first.
you're right, you're right,
Ed's
you're right.
got.
So he was the oldest Olympic player this year in history.
In history.
What'd you say?
34.
I said 80. No, he's like 37. God damn it.
I'm gonna go 36.
35.
Damn it.
We hovered around that. Didn't we?
35.
Yeah, they're three with LeBron, him, and Curry were the 3 oldest players ever to play in the Olympics.
LeBron was on this year's team?
Yeah, but LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron was the oldest.
So it
son.
wasn't. Yeah, LeBron's 40.
No,
30, 39.
39.
Wait, is it his birthday?
That's why I was thinking KD was a little older.
KD Lang?
I remember it was Jesus Christ. I wish I knew some KD Lang songs.
I wish you
I can't
don't.
remember.
I'm glad you don't. It's Ed.
Ed, Rod Carew.
Oh,
Not a Jew.
Not a Jew.
not a Jew.
No,
thought he
Rod
was.
Carew was a Jew.
Rod
He is a
Carew is
Jew, yeah.
Jewish, yeah.
But what country is he from?
Panama.
You are correct.
I
You've
know-
been there, right?
I've been to his house.
Looking Jew.
Panama.
I was like, Rod.
Panama.
I was just like, hey, Rod. And he's like, hey, I'm Jewish over here. Oi. I don't know.
David Lee Roth lights the menorah.
Rod Carew, let's see. So
O.J. Simpson. Not a Jew.
That was the one.
That's the one. Yeah.
Jeez, he's old too, but he played all the way into the
And Hall of Famer
80s.
Rod Carew. That's where it's at.
That's what it is.
There's the rhyming point. Yep.
Now he was a hitter too.
Oh God, yeah.
He hit 388 one year, like right before Brett hit 390, and then nobody's even there's been a couple guys approached him.
Tony
but not-
Gwynn.
Areza.
Yeah. He's old. 77.
78.
That's deep. I want to say 74.
79.
Damn.
Wow.
Man, I was close.
She was 78. I was 79. I was going above you no matter what.
Mark McGuire.
Ooh. Marcus McGuire.
So he's older than we think he is too.
Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa. They played the same time. McGuire is older, I think. Well, that was like fucking don't swear. That was like 90, late 90s.
Kids
too.
can't listen to us.
98.
Yeah. That was the big show up, but he played like for a few years after, obviously. Man, I'm gonna say he's like 63.
Good guess. Man, that's close.
64.
So he came up in 84. He played on the Olympic team. He was in college in 84.
So that team with Jim Abbott, USA.
Mark McGuire.
Wasn't it 85 tops? I think it was.
86 Don
No,
Ross.
it was 85. It was 85. Someone say 66.
61.
Oh.
So I said go down.
Huh.
Me.
Way off.
Yucca. I think Eric's.
Eric.
Yeah, let's do this.
Dave Winfield.
What's with all the ball players?
Hey,
Dave Winfield is older than Mark McGuire.
Minnesota's greatest athlete.
Yeah, he was.
Three sport, like all.
He was like all three in all 3 sports. He was all state, I thought.
Yeah, it was.
And he was drafted for football.
Yeah, and he was really good basketball.
Or was he
player.
drafted for basketball?
He might have been drafted in all 3. I don't know. He had a great career. He was a great athlete.
Yeah.
And a great Yankee.
Yankees. What's your favorite team, Richard? The Yankees.
The Yankees. He's 67.
Richard.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Who's your favorite little rascal? Alfalfa or is it Spanky?
What you doing,
Sinner?
Richard? What you doing,
Sinner.
Richard? Who we on?
We're on Dave Winfield.
Dave Winfield. And it's my guess?
It is.
Do you,
No,
I
Ed
haven't
has a
guessed.
I didn't
guess.
guess it.
Oh, Ed's okay. That's right.
Is it mine?
Yeah.
It is.
What'd you say, Eric?
I said, did I say 68 or 67? 68.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say 70. Damn it.
He's in there. He's in that range. Scott, come on, do it.
Anybody got any points yet?
Scott does.
That's it. Just one?
Yeah.
69. Yeah. I added to it.
He's 70 something.
73.
God bless it. I was going to go higher too, but man, whatever.
Ed. Freddie Boom Boom Couples.
Oh,
I know
no
how old
idea.
he is.
Do you really?
Yep.
49, I'm thinking, but I'll go next.
49. I'm going to say 75.
63.
I don't know how old he is.
He's 61.
Uh-oh. Razzle dazzle. Goff with the
The
touchdown.
Detroit special?
Hey, last week they had the hook and ladder. Oh my God.
How old's Fred Couples?
He is 65.
I said 63 or 4. Yeah. What'd you say?
I thought he just turned 60. 61, I said.
I had no idea.
Freddie Boom Boom.
All right, Scott, you're up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dennis Eckersley.
Jesus.
The Eck.
Which his name's come up a lot because of Clause's great year this year. Almost identical to Eckersley's. What was that, 88?
When Kirk Gibson took him deep.
I think it was that year, one of those, 88 or 89, where he had like 67 strikeouts and 4 walks, or 73 strikeouts and 4 walks, and Clause had like 67 and 10 walks this year.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
61.
I'm gonna say 69. Damn it! I'm not going off the trail. I'm going off the rails now.
Eckersley had a great career. He started out as rookie of the year, great starter for years. Hurt himself a couple times. Cubs had him. They're like, he's fucking garbage. Let's just give him away to the A's. And the A's goes, you know what we should do? Make him a closer. Becomes the greatest closer of all time. You know
that high kick.
Yeah.
I said 69.
Eckersley?
Yes.
No, he's younger than that.
Well, then guess.
65.
I think he's 70.
Damn.
Yeah.
I want to check to make sure he's not 69. I think William messed up.
Look it up.
Would you say?
Well, you
that
know
one?
what? He's
69.
not 69,
Yeah,
but this
close.
week.
I knew he was
He's
right.
69 right now?
You have to do the week.
So I'm right then.
You are right.
But we always do it for the week.
Oh, okay. Just asking.
No, I knew he was right there.
Eric?
Because I've got his rookie
Eric,
card. That's right.
AC Green.
AC Green.
You know who he is?
I'm lost.
Lakers?
Played for the Lakers.
Oh, AC Green.
Yeah.
Oh, so he played during the era of Magic.
He'd never had sex before marriage.
Oh, that's
right,
right. He's
yeah.
that guy.
He wasn't on the Marty Byrne team, but
He didn't hang out with Magic too much.
I'm not married either.
But he played in that era.
Yeah. He was on the Lakers. He was on Showtime. He was.
AC was?
Yeah.
Was he?
He was with. Yeah, he was on that team. Yeah, he was in the 80s.
There's a number I really want.
Like he might have been like the later half.
He's right in that number. He's 69.
Ooh,
-1.
he's that old.
64.
If I was in,
Damn, I never do that. It's not like me.
I know it's not.
I'm gonna say he's 59.
61.
Damn.
I just was thinking that if he played with Magic, I mean Jordan's 60, right?
He was old. He was a little older. He was like later.
Younger.
Like I would say 85. he started
Magic's
with.
like probably 65, 66.
I guess
because Michael
I
Jordan
guess he'd
is
be
60, right? Or
64.
60. Did MJ just turn 60?
60. I think it was. I guess
I was like, he's older than MJ.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Move on.
Ed. Derek Rose.
Here it is.
39.
38. Go what I said earlier.
37.
36.
You son of a bitch, Derek Rose. You
He
ate
rose.
so gracefully.
His meniscus is like 70 though.
Yeah. Well, it's like 8 because it's new.
I was going to say, yeah. I was going to do my crack thing, but it's like his knees did crack.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go off the sports board.
Oh, thank you.
And
Finally.
so it's
Should be
your turn.
You and me.
Don't say Chris Christopherson.
Halsey.
Oh, Halsey.
That's a singer.
Yep.
Yes. Female singer.
Is that it's got like a weird.
It's
she's pretty.
I don't know what her pronouns are.
No, that's I'm thinking of someone else. Halsey, that's her name backwards. Her name's Ashley.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Something like that.
I saw it on her show one time.
Oh, show.
Halsey, I'm gonna guess she's like 29.
Why are you looking at him? It's my turn. She's
I can look at anybody I want.
She's 27.
Get right in the middle of us.
I'm
A little salmon.
Make it an Ed sandwich.
I'm gonna spit roaster at 28.
30.
Oh, shut the front door.
I have no idea who it is.
F you, Halsey.
She's gonna turn. She's gonna start crying. Like, why do they want to spit roast me? I was a good girl.
What's a spit roast?
What country is she from?
She's calling Lord right now.
I think she might be American, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a royal.
I'm glad somebody
who's
got
up?
that.
Glenn. I mean,
Glenn.
Eric.
Why you call me Glenn?
Eric?
Why?
Because of those Hershey's Kisses.
Did I
My
say
God.
nipples?
Glenn's got like pepperoni nipples.
Can't stop looking at the manhole covers over there.
It's your shirt that you made me wear tonight.
That's my name.
Oh shit!
Chubby Checker.
Get the. I got
still
a chubby
alive?
checker for you right now.
Chubby Checker's still alive.
He's
There's
still
not.
alive,
There's
yeah.
Come on, baby.
Let's do the twist.
Let's do the
I'm
twist.
gonna go.
And then
eight.
There's a reason I picked this guy.
Let's
eight.
twist again
There's a reason you picked him.
Yeah.
because he's awesome.
No, I'm scratching my
He had
head.
like the Chattanooga Choo Choo or something.
He's 84.
Oh, he's way older than that. 89.
84. I'm gonna go 87.
83.
Oh,
Same
he's
age
way
as-
older than that.
Same age as Pete Rose.
Oh,
He's way older than that when I said 84.
he was
You're wrong.
not even close, bud.
Come on, baby.
Stir the twist.
Who's up?
Let's twist again, like we did
all
last
are right now.
summer.
You said chubby.
Wait till I'll give
I
you.
think Eric went first.
All right. Nev Campbell.
Was she the one on Party of Five?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was on Dirty or Blue.
Dirty.
Was
It
that
was
movie
Dirty.
called with
Wild Things.
Wild Things?
Love
yeah.
that movie.
I love her acting too. It was always like, "Hey Nev, there's a ghost."
Oh yeah, she was in all the Scream
always-
movies, right?
she-
Oh, yeah.
And she'd always just do,
God, how old is she?
she's like our age, so I'm gonna say 50.
I'm gonna say 50. Oh, hold on. No. Pump the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
Pump the brakes. I'm gonna say 48.
46.
51.
That
I knew
bitch.
she was right there because I still know I got a chance with her. That's what I always.
That's
figure.
why.
Snowball's
I
chance.
look up all the 50-year-old bitches.
Hey,
I don't know.
Snowball's chance in hell.
Yeah, she could be ugly now. We don't know.
She is.
Is she really?
Yep. So you guys match made in that. No idea what she looks like. You're doing Frank the Tank? I love it. Frank the Tank.
Who's up here?
I think you are.
Oh, I am. Okay.
Freddie Jackson.
Sweaty
Singer-
Jackson.
Singer Freddie Jackson.
Oh, that's the guy from American Idol.
No, that's Randy
Yeah,
Jackson.
that's right.
I don't know. I don't know
Well,
who
it
Freddie
was the
Jackson
guy
is.
from the Jackson 5 that died.
Dog.
That was Tito or Jermaine.
Tito.
One of, the
Randy.
one of the Jacksons died last week.
Who
Tito.
am I doing?
Freddie
Jackson.
Jackson.
No idea.
69.
Get the fun. God, you be kidding me. No
I
way.
thought Freddie Jackson was a running back.
I didn't know. I'm guessing. I just.
No, that was his brother Stanley.
You're back to even now.
I like it.
That's Fred Taylor.
I got 2. Oh yeah, I got 2 negatives. No, I should have 1.
Fred Lane.
You had 2 negatives. You said
Oh,
69.
No
twice.
birthday.
But I had 1 to start.
He gone.
One, so it's -1 and another negative. Oh, you're +1. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's how this game works.
Yeah.
You got a scorecard over there for him?
Trying to.
It's like golf.
250 fucking episodes. He still can't get the heading
It's
right.
like golf. I did his foot wedge and that one got an extra stroke.
All right. Hey, this one's worth
Breakfast
6
ball.
points.
6 points.
Oh, we're already there. We should do this all night.
You're first.
Keep
A
doing
lot of birthdays
it. Steve Miller.
of the Steve Miller Band.
Yes.
No, guy that hangs out at Sunnyside.
I know him. I know him.
I know him.
He's
Steve
always eating
Miller.
the popcorn.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Fly like an eagle. 83.
He's a joker. He's a smoker.
Midnight Toker. 83. I said, well, he's ding the bell. Ding.
I don't think he's that old.
Ding, ding.
Ding the ball.
He was at UW-Madison back in the 60s or 70s.
Abracadabra.
What'd you say?
Grab you. Is that not Steve Miller?
You said like 88, didn't you?
83.
Oh, he's touring this year.
Yeah, that's what you said about Gordon Lightfoot.
I did say that. And
You
Gordo.
saw him.
Gordo.
He passed like a month after you saw him.
Yeah, Gordo blew his wad at the Genesee.
All those Depends they threw on the stage.
I'm gonna say
Set up bras.
I'm gonna say 74.
I'm gonna say 75.
81.
Oh, okay. 83 guys are way off.
I didn't say you're way
So
off.
we got a tie.
We do.
Yeah, right here.
We should have a arm wrestle off.
Mud
Do
wrestle.
you want a tiebreaker?
Yeah, do a tiebreaker.
let's get one because I'm
Without going over.
We gotta write it. We gotta write it down.
I'm in too, right? For 10 points.
Okay, what is it?
You can be in it.
I got to find one here that everybody will know.
Richard, what's happening?
Give me a second here. I'm just trying to find.
Take off that itchy witchy robe.
This is where some of our best
This
material
is
is.
Don McLean saying
Oh.
American Pie.
Long
Starry
time ago.
Starry, starry night.
Well, he has to sing the one song that nobody knows.
Okay, so we gotta write it down, right?
Write it down.
Do you
So
still
Don
remember?
McClain. You're singing by-
Get the Jeopardy in there.
No.
All right.
Get the.
I wrote mine. Eric, you just say yours then because you haven't written it down.
Don McLean,
Okay, I got mine.
Okay.
84.
83.
79.
Get the hell out of here. Did you write the book of love? Or do you have faith in God above? The Bible tells me so.
We're gonna get yelled at by Facebook.
Okay, I better stop.
Uh,
Oh, what's happening here? Who scored the last touchdown? Please say
Kenneth
DK.
Walker. Yeah.
Shut up.
They're at the 1 yard
So
line.
he's got two. He's got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, they're at the 1 yard line.
So I lost.
Unless
Okay.
I thought he ran it in. I could be wrong. I don't want to. Look at Dolphins getting trounced.
Well, what do you expect?
I don't know. Tennessee's not good. But yeah, I guess we have no.
It goes to their one quarterback.
I did see Tua's going to be, but they're saying Tua's going to be cleared by week 8 probably.
What about Tannehill?
That's not good.
Why not get Tannehill?
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, my fantasy weekend for me, everything that could go wrong went wrong. So I'm just last week I won all 3 games. This week I'm losing all 3 just because it's just stupid shit.
Fantasy's that way, man. That's how fantasy goes.
Well,
So should we make our picks for next week when that gets back?
yes.
We'll do straight up. I got no.
Or do you want a little?
Yeah, trivia.
No, I don't have trivia, but I have
Fun.
overreactions.
Oh, let's do that. Overreactions first.
Yeah.
Overreactions.
I have a new potential segment too. It's kind of along the lines of overreactions. But go ahead.
Okay. Commanders are going to win the NFC East.
They are a fun team to watch. I'll tell you that. Cowboys, Eagles. I'll put them ahead of the Giants.
Win the.
It's possible, man. That division's always a toss-up.
I'm gonna go. I don't know if the. I don't.
The question is, though, is that an overreaction?
With Micah Parsons being hurt now too, that's a big deal. I'm gonna say it's not really an overreaction. It's possible. It's very possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season. They're playing well. New quarterback. We don't know how he's going to react the whole year.
Yeah, I don't know.
We haven't seen him play against Philadelphia or Dallas yet, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
but that division eats itself almost every year.
But we've seen Philadelphia and Dallas play against other teams, and it's not like they're running people over. Dallas is struggling every week.
But I agree with
Philadelphia is struggling.
I agree with
every
Ed. The NFC East, they tend to play really good against each other.
Yeah, it's fun to pick against.
Like think about one of the wins that the Redskins have. The Giants scored 3 touchdowns and then win the game, and the other team didn't score 1.
Yeah.
That's never happened in the history of football. So if all the Giants do can make one stop on a field goal drive, and they would have won the game. So that's a tight game against a team you would never. Now the Giant. I mean, they could have beat them. I mean, obviously they didn't. I mean, that's why you play the whole game. But I think that division, they just play tight games, like he said. They always play each other, beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah. They always do.
So it's too early to tell.
But I don't think it's impossible.
It's not an overreaction because
no.
I mean the way the Commanders are playing. Like I said earlier.
I mean,
on
the
the
Vikings are kind of in the same situation in that division.
Yeah.
We thought they were the worst team in that division.
I mean,
now they look like the best
we said Vikings, Falcons, Commanders are three of the more exciting teams to watch right now.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they're running on all cylinders, but so it's not an overreaction at this point. No.
Okay.
What else you got?
You got another one?
Yeah, I do. Doug Peterson will be the first coach fired.
Well,
it's not an overreaction.
We're waiting. Who was the other guy we talked about earlier?
Saleh.
I don't think anybody gets fired midseason. I don't think anybody does.
Well, and
it doesn't benefit you any. What do you? I mean,
I don't think anybody's going to get fired.
No,
until right at the end.
They'll get fired after the last game.
With a couple games to go.
Well, I mean, if the Jaguars start 0-8,
yeah, it depends. The coordinator.
Their next three
that's a
games
big number right there.
Next 3 games are against the Colts, Bears, and Patriots.
Ooh, if they lose those three.
What should they beat? At least 2-1. Are they that good?
The Jaguars?
They should be. They're a playoff team 2 years ago. Last year they were, on their way and they choked.
Yeah, no, it's like 7 in a row though. They haven't won a game since like last December.
Do you remember last year at some point they were like, okay, they're in the driver's seat to have the 1 seed.
And remember, they got to play the Colts.
It was like 4 weeks left.
The Colts next week they play.
Yeah.
They got the Bears week after.
Colts, Bears, Patriots.
And the Bears game's in London. I'm going to tell you right now, if they go to London 0-5, they're not going to want to be there. They're going to be like, why am I here?
So they lose that.
I'm just saying it's just a different mentality from guy. And it's only 0-5. I guess not terrible. If it was 0-9, I guess it'd be a little different. But I think I think the advantage goes to the team that actually still wants to maybe play a game. And who knows? Maybe he's lost the team. I don't know.
Look at this. See ya.
Who would have thought?
Jameson Williams, I think.
Is it really?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
I started him in 2 leagues.
He's an athlete.
So I'm gonna say not an overreaction. I'm gonna say if he gets fired though. Not many coaches get fired mid-season anymore.
I think the last coach that got fired early in the season was the Jaguars.
And that was just because Urban Meyer was a moron.
Dipshit.
So I think that's my reason. I don't think Doug Peterson is unprofessional enough to get fired. And who knows? Maybe they'll turn around. Maybe they'll win. Maybe they'll win 3 in a row. I guess. You never know.
I have a feeling he'll turn it around.
They should have won this last week. That was bad.
Yeah, they gave up.
They were inside. Yeah, they could have won that game.
Texans wanted it more.
Defense gave up 435 yards.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good defense a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They have a number
one. I don't know. That
was Calais Campbell, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Look at the Titans throttling.
How many more you want? A couple more?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
2 more?
Keep going. I got a trivia question then too.
Sam Darnold is the league MVP after 4 weeks.
I don't think he is because I don't think he can keep the pace up. I think he can be good the whole year, but the thing is he's not a name. That's the problem.
Are you saying he's been the best player the first 4 weeks? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
After
4 weeks.
No. Yeah. I agree with that.
He hasn't been the best player over 4 weeks, but I think the overreaction would be
if he wasn't on the team, would the Vikings win all those games?
Do you think if J.J. McCarthy stayed healthy, I don't think they'd be 4-0.
Probably not.
No,
he would have
made
screwed
some.
I'm not saying. Yeah, I mean, he'd be learning on the fly, and they might be 3-1. They could be 2-2. I'm not saying they'd be terrible, but Darnold is. I mean, he's a number 1 pick.
Yeah,
he finally found somebody that can show him something.
Yeah,
and he's got something to work with.
These are great stories. We got him and Baker Mayfield right now that were just
and
pretty
Fields.
Much,
Fields is doing okay.
Yeah, well,
and
that's got to be seen yet.
Joe Flacco.
Flacco, you know how Flacco.
Flacco does this shit every year.
Flacco
man.
does Flacco. That's what he does.
Speaking of that,
okay, here we go.
Colts should move on from Anthony Richardson.
They're not going to.
I don't know. Should they? Oh, he had a concussion. I forgot.
That's too early. That's an overreaction because it's way too early. I mean, it's 1 year too early. If next year this shit keeps going on, then yes.
Scott, what did you think about him when we saw him in Indianapolis in person? I was actually excited to go see him and Caleb Williams play.
I thought Caleb Williams was looked more like a pro quarterback the whole day. Richardson looked like a college quarterback.
Was Richardson
I'm not lying.
number
Did he
1?
not look like a college quarterback?
I was just going to say if Caleb Williams looked like a college quarterback, he looked like a peewee quarterback because that's how bad he was.
Because it was weird.
Was Richardson 1 or no? Bryce Young was, right?
Bryce was one that
Richardson was
Richardson
2.
was like 4, or was he? Or
But he was
3?
the second quarterback.
Yeah,
taken, right?
Richardson. I don't know where he
No,
went that draft.
Stroud went
Stroud
second.
was number 2.
Oh yeah, so he was
Stroud
4.
two.
Richardson went like in 4 or something.
Okay, he was the third quarterback taken.
But still, I mean, so he's played
He's looked like garbage and he's been injured.
6 games now as a pro. 7.
He makes those huge plays that nobody else can make. The 60-yard bomb. But that's all he's done. I mean, really, is that him throwing the ball up and a guy running under it?
We throw. He doesn't throw on time. It's very much just
he's missing guys. I mean, he's missing 10-yard passes by 12 yards.
And now you have a new coaching staff who you're in a situation is this isn't my quarterback. We're going to do what we can with him and see what happens. And now do they get sick of him and say, screw this?
Yeah, Joe Flacco's better.
Yeah.
No, I mean, for this year. If we got to win this year.
Let's just say let's say he can't play this week and the Colts play the Jaguars. Right, you said? Really? I think you said Jaguars play Colts.
Yeah.
So it's a winnable game for the Colts. I mean, also it's any game's losable,
especially
too.
with their running backs.
But if Colts go in and win with Joe Flacco, now they're 2-0 with Flacco, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's
trade for Malik Willis.
Let's win again, and they win 3 games. They're 3-0 with him starting. Now what do you do with Joe Flacco? Joe Flacco did last week with Browns, doing the playoffs.
Joe Flacco
just ran into a better team than Houston.
I like what you said though. Joe Flacco does Joe Flacco.
That's all he does,
and he shows up and he knows what's going on.
It's a pro.
Well, it's kind of the thing with these young quarterbacks that they keep drafting. You know, everybody drafts them the first 10 picks. They try to get 5 quarterbacks, couple pan out. Those guys like Joe Flacco know how to play quarterback, though. Maybe he can't throw it. He can't avoid pressure anymore. He knows where that ball's supposed to be at all times and where the guys are all supposed to be. Anthony Richardson has no fucking clue what's going on out there. But if he gets a guy wide open at 60 yards, he can throw it out there.
Right.
It's.
Well, here's the thing with him. He's played.
He's an athlete.
8 games in 2 seasons, and he's only completed 50.6% of his passes with 6 interceptions,
which is one of the lowest quarterback ratings in history for that.
Right.
For like over 8
games. He was a top 5 pick. So.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him. I was actually disappointed when I saw him. I'm not gonna.
And the thing I'll say is that the thing he has that a lot of young quarterbacks don't have is Jonathan Taylor behind him.
Yeah.
So a play action pass should be working. At least you should get 10 play action passes a game with a guy wide open across the middle.
We were
game. I mean, he missed 2 in the game against the Bears.
Yeah, and we were sitting there. Yeah, the one Taylor probably should have caught.
Yeah,
which would have been a huge.
But he had 2
play.
receivers going to the out and all that. It might not have been first downs, but he still plus yards. Instead, he takes an incompletion or a sack or. Yeah.
But we were sitting there. We're going, just give it to Taylor every single time.
Right? Is Taylor wearing that bubble?
He was. I don't know if he did. I haven't seen him lately.
I saw the one guy from Tennessee wearing the bubble.
Yep.
Where they put the little thing over the top of it. Yeah.
The Gazoo.
Gazoo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I saved the best for last. Okay. Bears made a mistake taking Caleb Williams over Jaden Daniels.
That's an overreaction. I said it earlier. That was already my whole point. I said at the start of the show. You're going to hear that exact. Did you come up with that, or did you hear somebody?
No, I heard it today.
I said the media is going to start doing that because, and it's 3 games into the year or whatever it is, 4 games. It's way too early.
I don't think so. I think it's just every game he's shown improvement, so that's all you can ask for. He's one guy on a different team. It's a totally different offense.
And the Kingsbury offense completely different. Maybe Jaden fits that offense just perfectly.
Think about this. You're dealing with a genius like Cliff Kingsbury at what he does.
A madman.
And what do we know about Shane Waldron, right?
He made Geno Smith look good for a couple of years. So
right.
That's the thing.
I mean,
it's all about getting it. I mean, he's looks like he's been getting the last couple of weeks. What I've seen.
I think the biggest part of it, is coaching.
I don't think Bryce Young's done either.
It's a Sam Darnold question right there too. Sam Darnold.
Well, here it is right here. If it's a 10-year question, right? You have a guy right now playing Jared Goff, who's always going to be compared to who? Carson Wentz. And for a while, Wentz, it was all about Wentz, right?
He's the man.
And where's Wentz now?
He's backing up.
Who?
Bagging groceries
Chiefs.
somewhere?
He's backing up Chiefs.
Jared Goff slinging touchdowns tonight. I'm watching him sling touchdowns. So it's kind of like, you hope that that's the case, that Caleb Williams and Daniels are in the mix and they're starting quarterbacks for 10 years, right?
Right.
So it being an overreaction, I think that is an overreaction because it's way too early.
I mean, they have some percentages in here. It goes Daniel has the highest completion percentage in a 4-game span, 82.1, and the highest completion percentage in the two-game span, 88.7. Since the merger, it was 82.1. He's also the only player since 1970 with 80% completion rate and 200 rushing yards in a 4-game span, minimum 50 attempts. The Commanders are 3-1 off the arms and legs of Daniels. As for Williams, they say he's still developing, 61.7% of his passes for 787 yards with 3 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, which is a 72.0 rating. Bears are 2-2, but that's more. They say it's more on their defense. So I think it's early too early.
The Commanders,
to tell.
though, you could put it on a lot of good players on that team.
It's who they're playing too.
Yeah, and who they're playing. You're always going to have that with. I mean, with these quarterbacks that are taken close, and like you just said with Wentz and Goff. I mean, who was the guy that RG3 was compared to? And then RG3 was so good that rookie year, and then he just never. But there was another guy in the mix.
You got the shit.
Who was the RG3 was the second pick? Who was the first pick?
No,
ended up having a good career.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco.
No. But Flacco had a comparison. Ryan and Flacco were always compared together because they were in the same draft class. They both had great careers. Good careers.
Funny thing I heard about today was Joe Flacco was born 8 days after Anthony Richardson's mom.
So we can always say your mom.
I will say this, don't you? Oh, fumble. The only downside, and I said this with the Bears as well, if Jay Daniels keeps succeeding, Cliff Kingsbury won't be there next year.
Oh yeah,
that's the problem you run into. You don't hire an offensive mind to go with your first round quarterback. Now next year, guess what?
Jacksonville Jaguars.
He's got to learn some other system because Cliff Kingsbury is not. If Cliff Kingsbury gets to be a head coach again, he's leaving. He's that type of guy. He's not a Bob Slowick or a Ben Johnson where I'm going to stick around and ride this thing out for a few years. He's going to want a head coaching job again. And that's the problem. I said the same thing with Waldron when they hired him. I go, this is a problem because if Caleb Williams succeeds at some point, Waldron's going to get a job somewhere else and take the whole and leave. And they got a new coordinator. And that's the problem with the NFL. You change coordinators too much, it changes the whole system. So
only difference, Lions offensive coordinator.
He didn't leave.
And
a lot of guys won't. And I don't know if he liked the job. And maybe it was an offered jobs. I mean, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, but if they win, if they're a winning team again, and he's going to
got to be the right situation for him. But
what he's offered? Who knows? Maybe some team was trying to lowball him and said, "We'll give you a little more than you're making as an assistant."
You hope that.
Why did I leave this?
Yeah, why?
This is running smooth. I can't. Chances are we're going to be good again next year, and I can have my pick next year again.
So what's the deal on can the assistants say Kingsbury going and go? I want to be paid $8 million a year, to do this. Is there's no rules, is it, for coaches?
There's no draft.
There's no cap or anything on it?
No, you just can't. Obviously, you're not going to pay more than your head coach. That'd be a problem. That ain't going to happen.
No.
That won't happen.
Why not?
Oh, it won't happen.
Head coach won't allow it.
Why? If he's making you money.
Yeah.
No, that's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen, but
no way.
Underneath the table, baby.
Dude, if he's
do you think that
if he's bringing you a Super Bowl,
if the Packers defense allows 8 points a game the rest of the year, and Jeff Hatley or whatever goes, I want $10 million a year, Fleur goes and go, yeah, sure, give it to him. Absolutely not.
Then he's just going to lose instead.
Yeah, they'll leave. Well, they'll
go.
Eagles,
Fleur would rather lose than win.
That's
just for a dick wagging.
I disagree. Because you're not going to make more than your head coach. You have to go somewhere else to make more money. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
But I mean, it's all a dick wagging thing is what you're saying, is you want to be the highest paid.
Would you ever pay anybody who works for you more than you?
If they made me money, yeah.
More than you?
Yeah, if they're making money, I do all the time.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it's if they're making the team money and winning Super Bowls, it's a little different than money.
Well, they have won Super Bowl, so that's
what I'm saying. If they do,
yeah. I mean, I just it won't happen in the NFL. There's that hierarchy that works. You're not making more than the owner, and
it's obviously a massive failure.
Although the GM may make less sometimes than the head coach. Depends who you are. That could happen.
GMs
easily.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, they do in college.
But as a team, you want these players to succeed anyway. It looks good for your team anyway.
Well, I think what you hope
you're going to be. I mean, to me, if you can keep your whole coaching staff together, pay them top, or go in and go, hey, we just won a Super Bowl. I want $10 million. These guys should get $9 million.
See, when you win a Super Bowl, Most guys are ready to branch off because I got a Super Bowl now.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on and try to prove myself. Now, if I
And
don't,
they fail
I
again,
got
like
one.
Kingsbury has in the past.
Well, Kingsbury went,
and he's crazy.
he didn't go. He went
too.
right from college to the pros. That might have been his problem.
Yeah, and then he quit.
Well, he didn't quit. He got fired.
I thought he quit.
And he took a year off.
Yeah.
Because they brought in the other guy then right after him. Arizona, right? He coached?
Yeah.
Because he was Kyler's guy.
I think this is what you hope will happen, right? It's like the coaching tree, right? So if your guy, succeeds and he gets a head coaching job, you hope that he's grooming somebody already.
And that's true. He may have an offensive assistant or something that's going to take it over for you.
That's what your hope is. Like that's how those coaching trees get built. But
there's
it's not
very
a perfect
few like
system.
Belichick's.
Or
I mean, look at Andy Reid. He's kept his
but that goes back.
together for a
That
while.
goes back to my point.
Yeah,
that's why when you draft a franchise quarterback, you need to have an offensive-minded coach that's going to stay there and call the plays.
That's
that's
hope
my
that
point.
he's gonna
That was my
stay
point totally. That was my point I started with. Your
so-
defensive. Don't get me wrong, LaFleur. I'm not LaFleur. Eberflus doing a great job in defense. Dan Quinn's a great job coaching defense. Dan Campbell is the ultimate coach because he really has no skin on either side. He lets his offensive
agree.
guy. He's perfect for what he does. He's the coach. He's the GM of the team. He runs the team. You guys make sure you're doing it right. I make all. Then when the game's going on, he can focus on challenges, timeouts, go for it or not go for it. And that's why I think sometimes he goes for it more than people think because he doesn't really realize the thinking of
this guy.
Like I think he realizes like the offense coordinator going. If you're the offense coach, yeah, we probably can't make this. We try punt this time because our
Touchdown
offense.
only
I'm
league.
feeling our offense. Dan Campbell's like, yeah, go for it. And the offense coordinator going, oh, okay, let's do it because the offensive coordinator got some more of a feeling of how it's going for the game. And yeah, we haven't been to a close game. And I just know I just think defense. And don't get me wrong, defense coaches do well in this league overall. You've seen Bill Belichick was a defense coach, so it works.
I'm starting to like though these guys that aren't coordinators that come in to run the team. There's a couple of them now.
The water boy.
No, like Dan Campbell type guys that were not.
Yeah, Campbell was
Who's the other guy?
He's tight ends coach.
Who's the other guy? Well, Andy Reid.
Andy Reid was a quarterback coach when they went to the Eagles. Well, most famous one is John Harbaugh, hands down. Special teams coach.
I was gonna bring up
That's
Harbaugh.
insane. That's
but there's
insane.
another one right now too.
No, I know
another
who
guy.
you're talking.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting to see it. Like you said, they're more of a CEO type guy.
Was Gruden never a coordinator? He was a tight ends coach, a receivers coach.
He was with who? The Packers?
Yeah. Well, and he was also he had another step before he became a head coach.
Yeah, I don't know if he was a coordinator.
I don't think he was ever a coordinator.
He was on Dan Patrick.
Was
last
McVay?
week.
I don't know.
Was he? I don't know if he wasn't off Christian in Washington but he must have went somewhere else after because that was a long time ago. Because Mike Shanahan was a head coach then.
Who's the guy that he's on it's on the tip of my tongue that he was?
Well, Saleh was defense. The guy from Kevin O'Connell was a coordinator. Zach Taylor was a coordinator. John Harbaugh wasn't. Buffalo, he was. Houston, D'Amico Ryan. I don't know what he was before that.
I think he was a coordinator.
He was coordinator with Dallas. Wasn't it Dallas?
No, Dan Quinn was before. Was he with the Patriots?
Might have been. I don't know.
Because Dallas had Dan Quinn, Rob Marinelli was before Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn left to get the job, and no, not Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn. Oh, maybe nah, because he just got a job 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, let's see here.
I don't know Carolina's coach's background at all.
San Francisco.
Oh yeah, yeah, because he took over for Saleh.
He was a coordinator for 2 years.
Yes, he took over for Saleh. That's what it was. Chicago, Eberflus, he was coordinator. Washington, Quinn was. Cleveland, he was. Stepnowski was with the Colts. I don't know about
those
him.
guys all suck.
Jacksonville, he was. Miami, Daniel might not have been a coordinator, office coordinator.
I don't know.
He was the marketing guy.
He was with the Rams, I thought, wasn't he?
I don't know his story.
Well, he was with the Redskins too.
He ran the social media.
He was a Redskin guy, right? With LaFleur in them, I thought. Yeah, right, Ed?
Maybe.
So he was a coordinator at San Francisco with the Mecco Reds, same year.
Yep. So that's Cal
21.
Shanahan's tree, yeah.
He was a run game coordinator before that with the Niners. Assistant, receivers, assistant, running backs, assistant.
Was Antonio
intern.
Pierce a coordinator before he took that job? Was he a defense coordinator or was he just like a
Well, he was
linebacker
defense.
coach? Was he defense?
Yeah, I think it was defense with the Raiders.
LaFleur was, McVay was, the Giants, what's his name was, Seattle. This guy was Dallas.
I'm just thinking
Pittsburgh.
of somebody through history that was like
Tomlin, was he D coordinator for Tampa, was he? It's been a long time for him.
So who's the guy? Antonio Pierce has never been he was a linebackers coach.
Yeah, see, he was
a head coach.
Yeah.
Oh, he went from linebackers?
Yeah, I didn't think it was a coordinator. Yeah.
He went from listen
was
to,
the DK?
listen to this. He was Arizona State associate head coach and recruiting coordinator.
He was with what's the name?
Herm Edwards.
Herm Edwards, yeah.
The next year he was a linebackers coach with the Raiders, and the next year he was interim head coach already with the Raiders.
Yeah.
He went from not even being a college coach.
The problem with that hire, and I don't mind it, but he was they hired him because the players asked for it, and the owner said, "Okay, we're going to do it."
Yeah.
And I mean, so far he's done okay, and team's not very good. I can't blame him. They have no quarterback. They have a problem at quarterback right now. There, with
Gardner.
Minshew Gardner going in the season with him as your starter was a tough way to. I just
he keeps getting jobs.
I didn't understand it though. Although he is what I said a stat on him was the stat on him. What was that stat? You heard it today. Gardner Minshew is the only guy in the last 3 times it's happened. He's done it been down by 10 points in the fourth quarter, or some weird stat. And it wasn't that many, but it's something weird. He's won all 3 games. And he's the only guy who's done it recently.
Gardner.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew. But that problem is he puts himself down.
Yeah,
he probably helps getting them down.
I want to say too is the Raiders wanted to pick a quarterback in the draft, and I forgot who they had their mindset. I think I heard this recently. They had a specific guy they were looking at. I don't know if it's Penix.
Might have been Penix because he didn't fall to him.
I think it was Penix
because they thought it was going to buy Atlanta. Nobody thought he was taking.
And then they had a pivot, and they were like, "Oh, fuck it, we'll just take whatever we're going to do."
Yeah, Bowers, Bowers went before Penix though.
Well, whatever it was, I thought it was them that won.
I thought Bowers went 6 because I know Penix went 8 because right before the Bears he went. Because
the Raiders seem like a team.
I think maybe it was flipped though. Maybe it was 6 and 8. It was flipped.
Here's an overreaction. Which teams their season's already over? Like the Raiders. Don't the Raiders seem like they're just
and
we don't care?
Cleveland maybe.
Yeah, and that's surprising.
How about
I picked Cleveland to be.
And this ain't a
playoff
knock
team.
on the Dolphins. Their coach kind of bothers me,
No,
but just because of the quarterback situation.
Yeah.
And he comes back in week 8. Could they win it? But he doesn't get hurt again.
Yeah.
What happens?
Bowers went at 13.
But it's like
that low.
It's like those teams that we just mentioned. We're not even talking about them. We're talking about the Jaguars.
Rumor was,
And we
I
feel
think
like
you're
the Jaguars
right.
could
They
come
had
back.
a trade. The Bears. They want to trade with the Bears to get there.
They did,
and they were going to trade with the Bears. And what happened was Penix went before, and the Bears they didn't trade them.
And then the Bears were looking at somebody, and then Odunze fell to them.
Yeah, so they took it.
So they wanted Penix.
I think the Bears were going to. Yeah, you're right. They were going to
I
trade.
think that
back
was what we
out.
talked about. Yeah, and they were going to take a chance, go to 13, and say whatever. We'll figure
they
it
could
out.
have got somebody like a Brock Bowers.
Yeah,
which is,
yeah.
I mean, or
So-
Lita Lato.
Yeah, I like that. So let's make our picks for next.
Well,
week.
here's a segment that I just wanted to bring up. Maybe it's something we do in the future. It builds a little bit off of the overreaction, but
Yep.
you know, you see those memes where the guy's sitting there at the table and it's like he says something
prove
already.
to me.
Change my mind.
Change my mind. Yeah.
So mine is, and I, we've talked about her so much this year, but I sat down. It was Wednesday or Thursday night for the first time.
Jeez, Taylor Swift.
And watched. No, I watched
Angel Reese
an entire WNBA game for the first time I think in my life, and it just happened to be Caitlin Clark's last game of the year.
Okay.
Which
she shit the bed in that game.
What's is so funny was she started out. It was hot. She was hot to start. And here I'm like, oh, this is exciting. I can't wait to watch Caitlin Clark play throughout the playoffs. And then it was her last game. But so this is a change my mind moment here. Caitlin Clark was the most polarizing athlete in 2024.
I probably agree.
So you're not going to change my mind.
No, I'm not going to change your mind.
But it was so we should, if we could do this, it's almost like when we used to do the rumbles.
Yeah.
Remember, like you have to pick something that's kind of on the border and just be like.
One thing with that one is
change my
tough
mind.
because
It's not
some
her
people
being polarizing;
Yeah,
it's the media
just
around
the
her.
league polarized.
And I
Yeah,
thought
it's the
I
jealousy.
But during the game or at the end of the game, you know what I thought about? She hasn't had a break.
She has
at all.
She's been playing.
She
since
played her
last
entire college season,
October.
and I'm like, here's a girl that needs some flex time. She needs a freaking break. And so it's almost like a good thing that they lost early. They got in the playoffs. That's good. You know, they got a little experience. It's almost good that they lost. And I don't know a ton about WNBA. I mean, Tim seems to know a ton about it and who's coming up and who's not. I mean, I don't know if they shot themselves in the foot making the playoffs. Now their draft status is, whatever, but looked like a decent team. Looked like they got a couple young complementary players. And I'm like, I think the world wants the world needs Caitlin Clark to win a WNBA championship in the next few years and win a MVP, which I think she's close.
She finished fourth this year.
Yeah, she finished up fourth. Yeah.
To me, just like it just hit me all at once. It's like I kind of ignored a lot of I mean, I watched her play some games in college and just kind of ignored all the hype. And I watched her, and I'm like, you know what? This is a fucking one of a million. This is a once in a lifetime kind of player.
Right.
What she's doing, and it's just like, this
and
is
how
pretty
quickly
cool.
she adjusted. She went like the first 5-6 games where they were just like punching her in the balls and stuff. And she's like, well, I better start dodging these punches because they're not going to call it.
Yeah, or just wear a cup.
Yeah. It was like, oh man, you watch these videos of it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they still, even that game, they deer up pretty damn tough.
Well, it's not even a D'ing up. It's like some of the dirty shots. The last one I saw, so a girl puts her hand up. She like shoots over the top of her. Then she brings her hand down and like just pokes her right in the eyes. It was like blatant. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah.
But
luckily, Caton took the shot and then put her hand up like this one.
You could kind of see the fatigue, that was going on in that game. Because she has not had a break at all.
How could you see the fatigue? Were like your boobs sagging or what?
No, you could just tell that they
just
were
tired,
she was dragging a little bit at the end of the game.
Yeah, she was. I mean, she was tired. You could see at the end of the year. She had some great games before that.
And they said she didn't sit the whole game. And how many games?
She's playing like 40 minutes.
How many games did she play this year there? She didn't sit at all. Going back to college, didn't sit at all.
Yeah, she played.
Because they were in it. They went all the way to the championship game in college, and then she goes all the way through, and they're just relying on her.
She got a break in the last game. She only played like 22 minutes.
I'd love to see how many minutes she played of the total amount of minutes could have been played.
Yeah.
She had to be right at there somewhere. She had to be right at the top of the league.
So she's got to be the most polarizing athlete of 2024
yeah,
right. I mean, just pretty much.
I was listening to Dan Lebitard's show today, and
he's still on.
Yeah, he's on after Dan Patrick now on NBC.
Okay.
Peacock.
Dan Lebitard.
And Dan Patrick's the best show.
He's had some
I love listening to him. He's on from 8 to 11 every morning.
Career.
And he's got the guys that he has with him. They're not yes men or anything like that. They challenge him, and he gets pissed off at them and stuff like that. But they had somebody on the Dan Lebitard, and it was a girl. I don't know what her name was, but I just caught the tail end of it. And she was kind of going after. I mean, she was okay with Caitlin Clark, but she says, Caitlin doesn't want any negativity about anybody in the league and stuff like that. That's not what she's looking for. But the girl the other side of her mouth goes, you know what? She's not proactive enough in that. Well, what more should she be saying? What more should she do? You know?
She was number 2 in minutes played.
Is that right?
Behind Arike Ugunbawele.
Okay.
Oh, him?
It might be Dare's sister.
She played at Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, she did. Yeah,
she did, yeah. She had that.
Is it Dare's sister?
I don't know about that. I wouldn't be surprised.
How many Ugunabaweles are there?
A lot.
Are there really?
Yeah, it's like Cavelli.
In another continent.
It's like Smith.
But we're on this continent.
It's like Kenosha.
It's like Wilson in Scotland. Scotland.
It's like Armando Cavelli. It's like there's like 4 Armando. It's like Mario. Which Mario?
Mario.
or like Marco in Guatemala.
Okay, let's make our picks for week 5.
Does anybody know what the over-under was on this thing? Because they blew it.
I think it was 75. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably, I bet it was 52.
Probably.
Ish. 50. So let's pick the first game. Thursday night, Tampa Bay visits Atlanta.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Good one.
Love it.
Eric, start us up. Who you like?
Oh, geez.
Where'd you say it was at?
It's in Atlanta.
I have a tendency to pick Tampa. I just think that, again, we talked about him. Who the hell is this Mike Evans guy? I never heard of him, right? Just keeps doing it, year after year, game after game. I'm going to take Tampa, even though it's on the road. I like their momentum better.
Division game too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take Atlanta. I think Cousins is finally going to get everything going.
Got 3 words for you. You like that? Go ahead. That's all I got.
I don't know what that is.
Kirk Cousins.
Cousins, okay.
With that bust Pitts, I don't know, man.
Well, I also think Baker Mayfield finds out you can't have all fun. It's got to be You got to work a little bit once in a while. It's not all about fun and games. When
Yeah,
you
who
go.
have they played so far?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Detroit. They beat Detroit. So.
Oh yeah.
Detroit give that game away though.
They
Dan
beat
Patrick,
Philly.
or not Dan Patrick,
Yeah.
Campbell. He did some. Dan Campbell made some mistakes here. I'm gonna go with. I'm going with a home team.
Jesus Christ, Willie, pick something.
Atlanta
on a Thursday night. Yeah.
So the Jets jet off to London to play the Vikings. It's an interesting game. It's unfair. Not unfair. It's part of the league, but it sucks being 4-0 and have to go to London to play your next game. So, go ahead, Ed. You can pick this one first.
I'm going to say Rodgers shines under the bright lights of
Wembley.
Yeah.
Is that where it's at?
Yeah,
I would love this. It's at Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham?
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
I would love to pick Rodgers, but that defensive front of Minnesota, nobody's been able to block it yet. And if they can't block Denver's front, it might be a tough day in Hotspur. I'm going to go with Minnesota.
The turf's slippery.
Yeah, the turf's slippery. I'm going to go with Minnesota to go to 5-0.
Okay,
I'm with you. I don't know who Minnesota's playing next week, but I feel like Minnesota's a 6-0 team at some point, so I'm definitely taking them. They got the momentum going.
Well, they got the Lions, Rams, Colts, Jaguars, Titans, Bears, Cardinals.
Lions that's like a bye week.
12-0. I mean, if they can pull off the Lions,
the Lions will be a tough one. That'll be a good game,
right? I mean, that's
where is it? Where is it? In
at the Lions, or no? It's at home.
It's not my father's Lions, right? This is a different Lions.
Nice.
I thought it was a bye week usually when they play the Lions.
That's the funniest fact though. We talk about the division. Besides the Bears, I think the Packers, Lions, and Vikings in the last 10 years are almost 500 against each other.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
They wipe each other out.
The Bears have decent records in Minnesota against Lions. You don't have a good record of Packers, but it's like the Lions and for I bet the Lions have been. And the Vikings off and on. I saw that one time. It's like they're close to 500 the last 10 years.
They beat each other up.
It's insane. Yeah. But you want to believe it's like
the Lions too?
Yeah. It was the craziest stat I saw.
They play the Packers well every year. It seems
and
like they
and you got to go around
from
Thanksgiving all the time once in a while. Division game. That's always a hard game to win, no matter how many times the Lions won a game on Thanksgiving. They probably should have no business winning.
Right.
Seriously,
I agree.
They had no business winning probably. Yeah.
And last year they just got smoked. Remember?
Oh, the Packers. Yeah.
Packers. Yeah.
So everybody says we got one Jet and all Minnesotas.
Yeah, we got a ways to go here.
Baltimore, Cincinnati. The Baltimore visits the Bengals. I will start once again. The Bengals offensive line is not looking very good right now, and their defensive line is not playing well. I'm going to go with Baltimore, and I think Derrick Henry has another big day.
Hopefully,
it's another big day for Baltimore.
Hopefully, he's not playing against me this week too.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Baltimore. Willie,
Baltimore.
On the road, though. It's on the road.
Yep.
It's at Cincy.
Yep.
Well, Joe Burrow is going to throw 4 touchdowns, but I think they're going to lose. So I'm going to take the Ravens.
I'm going to take, Baltimore.
Buffalo visits Houston. Interesting game. Could be a playoff game. Could be AFC Championship. You never know. Willie, start us up. Buffalo at Houston.
Buffalo at Houston. I'm going to go with, I think, Josh Allen's going to have a rebound game. So let's go, Josh Allen. Buffalo.
Bills.
Houston.
I think Houston's played a lot of, besides Buffalo's terrible game last week, they played really well this year. Now, Houston's played in a lot of close games this year, which is good. They've got their experience at that. But I agree with Willie. I don't think Josh Allen has 2 stinkers in a row. And I don't think he does. But hey, they still lose. He doesn't have a stinker. He could have a really good game and he could have 4 touchdowns like Burrow and lose.
That Houston team can score too.
And Allen's not banged up. There was that one play where he looked a little hobbled.
He got smoked.
Well,
he's fine though.
He's at that bad left hand. It's all taped up. Is Stroud? Is he
sophomore slump?
I was gonna say, is he on that sophomore?
Yeah, he against the.
He's not going to be as good as
the only
last
game
year.
I've seen him play was the Bear game, live, and he looked okay against it. I mean, the Bears defense plays well, but he had some nice throws. But Nico Collins, that's all everybody else was. It was just those two.
Well,
remember they said Diggs was coming in. Oh, he's going to steal all Nico's stuff. He's the number 1 guy. Holy shit!
He's helping him out.
No, yeah, that's what's happening. He's getting open because that's
exactly.
Why.
Nico's going to be wide open.
And as long as Diggs is okay with it and it works out, that's
he'll be all right with it until about game 12.
Yeah. Then I got to.
Then it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Tight end screen, huh?
Cleveland at Washington.
Ooh.
This is one.
I'll go right off the bat.
Yeah.
Skins. Commanders.
You know, I really had high hopes for the Browns this year. I don't know why. I figured I just maybe I thought that Watson would already be gone and then Flacco would be in, but now Flacco's on another damn team, so I didn't know that. That would have been helpful information for me.
Who's their backup? Like Tyrod or
Where?
Andre Ware.
Cleveland.
I thought he said, but he really did.
I don't know who their backup is.
You know who it is?
I think we looked it up.
Watson, and then I don't know who's after that. I got to think. Who would be.
Randy Watson?
Bernie Kosar.
That boy good.
Brian Sipe.
good and terrible.
Otto Graham.
I'll tell you what, the Browns are good and terrible, but I think they're gonna upset and win this one. I'm taking the Brownies.
Jameis Winston.
Oh, Winston, yeah. I forgot Winston's there.
Crab leg Winston.
And Thompson Dorian Robinson.
Oh yeah, Dorian. Yeah.
Or Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Yeah,
oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
liked him in Finding Nemo.
What are we doing here? Are we still doing
You're
this?
picking the Browns game. Browns Washington.
Oh, Washington.
Hey, we should pick games.
I agree with Eric.
Just like Dory.
I think I agree with Eric partly. I think it's going to be a closer game than people think because I think Cleveland's defense is really, really good.
No, Brian Robinson, 3 touchdowns.
But I think the Redskins win on I think this game stays under 20 for both.
4 touchdowns now. As you keep dragging it out.
Indy at Jacksonville. Willie.
Ooh, this is I think this is a must-win game for
both of them.
Yeah, well,
every game's must win. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with
this is your overreaction.
Jacksonville.
I'm taking Jacksonville.
I'm taking Jacksonville. They have to win.
I'm going to take the Colts. I think.
Jesus Christ! You have to just.
I can't trust Jacksonville right now.
And he's on the hot seat, so hit it again.
Wow.
Whatever random button you want, Scott.
I'm surprised that Dolphin wasn't on there.
Hey, I'm one of the essential people. I still have to work,
I'm going to
show up to work.
I took Indy. How about Miami visiting New England? Yikes. I don't want to take. How much tickets for that game? Tickets start at $137. Who's going to pay $137 that game?
You know who's losing that game?
Is it
anybody
all
that goes there?
Hey, Scott, is it all inclusive?
All inclusive.
Massage.
No, that's in Cleveland.
Oh shit.
Sorry. Willie, go ahead. You get to pick this game first. Miami and New England.
Wait, no, you said it was New England. Robert Kraft has got some massages.
Good point.
I'm gonna go New England. What's up with these plaid hats?
I hate those things. They look terrible.
We should wear those. I'll get one and wear them on Saturday.
What is the status with Tua?
He's not till we get it the earliest.
He doesn't know his name yet.
I'll take New England. That one. This is number 12 kid's pretty good.
This game's before the election, right?
Yeah.
Because, they're saying Trump's going to ban abortion, and I think this is going to be an abortion. So I'm going to take New England.
It rhymes with smush more.
I mean, it's
just an abortion.
After this game tonight, Tennessee going to Miami and just killing them. It's hard for me to pick Miami at this point. And this is nothing, like I said, not having a quarterback shows in the NFL quick.
How were they not prepared to not have a quarterback?
Most teams aren't. I mean, they really aren't. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, at least, like say, the Packers weren't really prepared either, but they did have a backup. Miami should have the best backup in the league.
And backup, the thing with Miami's backup is that
you need Joe Flacco or Andy Dalton type backup.
Problem is their backup got hurt.
Yeah.
So I guess they're on the backup's backup, which Jesus.
Tom Brady.
Next game we got Arizona visiting San Fran.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Not really. Yeah.
No.
What's McCaffrey's status? He's done forever?
Retired.
Hey, he just bought whose house did he just buy?
Oh, bye week start this week already.
Matthew McConaughey's. He's in that commercial with him too.
He bought that house.
That's a dumb commercial, by the way.
You're dumb.
With,
the NFL,
Olivia
the NFL doesn't make you think about food. Hey, Jerry, what are you eating? Rice.
So Arizona at San Francisco. Pick it.
I'm taking San Fran.
Willie.
I'm going San Fran.
San Fran.
I gotta go San Fran too.
And we're not betting against the spreads. We're just going straight up.
Oh yeah.
What do they call that?
Against money line picks right now.
Money line. That's the one I'm thinking of.
He bought George Clooney's house.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Probably has herpes around
I was
that
gonna
place.
say,
Watch out.
how many child traffickers are stuck in there still? What in my closet? You found how many kids?
$14 million. Nearly 30 years after Clooney bought it from Stevie Nicks for $2.2 million.
Fucking Clooney. That guy could fall out of a boat. He'd land in like 7 pussies. Jesus
Vegas
Christ.
at Denver.
Everything he does, he's like Ryan Reynolds.
At Vegas at Denver.
Pass.
Oh, that doesn't even matter. That
Is it
game.
going to rain there?
After watching Denver's defense and Bo Nix throw for -7 yards in the first half, I mean, how do you throw for -7 yards? I don't know.
A lot of whoop, whoop, whoop.
So you're taking Denver then?
Well, and Max Crosby's out too, so I'm going to go Denver.
I'm going Vegas just because it's a coin flip game for me.
I'm going Gardner.
Yeah, I'm going with the stash and the goatee, whatever he's got going.
I'm taking Denver.
I want to see Devontae Adams come back and get like 4 touchdowns.
He's out for a few weeks now,
Yeah,
too.
he's week to week.
Giants versus at Seattle.
Ooh.
That's an interesting game because Giants have been playing better. They really have. They just haven't not winning. That's a problem.
Seattle's playing well.
They're playing
I don't
well.
know if you guys
They're
have
scoring
noticed.
points, yeah.
I'm
Kenneth
taking
Walker's
Seattle.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Son
guy's
of a
hard
bitch.
to tackle.
3 touchdowns.
Seattle.
3.
Yeah.
Seattle.
Dallas at Pittsburgh. A rematch of Super Bowl 18, 17, 14, and 12. I don't know. 8, 9, 8.
At least 6 of them.
I watched a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I'll bet you did.
So who do you like in that one, Eric?
I like
That's Sunday Night Football too. That'd be a good one.
I like the Cowboys. I mean, I don't like the Cowboys, but I'll take the Cowboys.
They're at home.
No, it's at Pittsburgh.
At Pittsburgh.
Sorry.
Still,
Taking Pitt.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh as well.
I'm gonna go with.
You're going Dallas.
you like them boys, don't you?
I just think Pittsburgh's defense is gonna cause problems for Dak
42.
Prescott.
I know.
I just think that's
He's
the problem.
struggling.
I'm gonna go with and no Micah Parsons.
TJ Watt.
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh at home. If it was flipped around, I'd
Man,
go
you
with
are such a homer for Justin Fields.
you with Aaron Rodgers took the Jets. So
Oh, yeah, I did take.
I see.
Well, Brett Favre, I took Minnesota.
New Orleans at KC.
Where's that game?
It's at KC. Sorry, that's Monday Night Football.
Oh, no wonder I don't see
Good one.
that game.
So KC, New Orleans at KC. Willie.
KC.
KC, they don't lose.
They didn't lose last week.
They don't lose.
I got to go KC in that.
I'm taking
Ta-
KC.
Yeah,
just 'cause-
Taysom Hill's out.
You know here's why I'm taking KC. The only reason I'm doing it is because they have played terrible on offense so far.
Yeah, right.
They got to play good. And when they start playing good, that's a problem. They're 4-0 playing bad offense.
Wait until Kelsey remembers he's a football player. Yeah.
And the Packers visit L.A. The Rams.
I love
and Matt
LA.
Stafford, the old friend from the
We
division.
love it.
Who do you like, Willie? Packers at Rams.
I love LA.
Who's going to be quarterback? Willis, the win. Love, they lose.
Willis. Come on. What's she talking about, Willis?
Lose your love and winning Willis.
Say,
What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about? I'm going to go. I like home team, but I'm going to go with the Packers on this one.
Matt LaFleur has never beaten the Rams.
Frenchie?
But I'm going to take Frenchie, though.
Yeah,
They look good. Jordan Love looks good.
The Rams aren't going to be able to just score. Yeah, I got to go Green Bay.
I'm taking the Packers as well.
Hey, if the Bears can beat them, then so can
anybody. Can
No, it's not that.
Carolina at
I'm joking.
You know who can't?
I forgot who they even played this week, but I was sitting there. I'm like, they got no
You know
receivers.
who can't beat them? The Raiders. They suck.
Well, the 49ers can beat the Rams. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
Who we got left?
I mean, the Rams can beat
Bears
the 49ers.
have Carolina cutting to town this week. I will take the Bears.
Bears.
This is the hardest defense Andy Dalton's faced so far, hands down.
But he knows the team.
He's going to get bitch slapped.
Yeah, and
It's going to be a tough game for him.
And then he's going to play in the football game.
Chuba's still going to have a good game, but
I hate that name. I want him to be Chuba. Please be Chuba.
It's just easier to say, isn't it?
I
They'll
didn't
be
know,
like Nick Chube.
I didn't know it was even Chuba until about 15 minutes
It
ago.
sucks.
I think it's Chuba, right?
It's disappointing.
I don't know. I've had him for a couple
should be
years. I thought it was Chuba.
I just call him Hubbard.
So
Chuba.
I'll take Bears are home.
Yeah.
Take the Bears.
Everybody pick you?
I got the Bears all day.
Yeah, Bears for sure in that game.
So that's it?
Are you going?
Yeah. Ed's supposed to go with me.
I won't be here this weekend.
You're supposed to go. You said you go to Carolina game.
I know. I forgot.
Son of a bitch.
What
Ed.
day is it?
Sunday. You want to go?
Sunday's for kissing titties.
I'll let you know.
Let me know.
I might have to run up north.
Let me know.
I wasn't planning on it.
Come back.
Yeah, let me know. Just tell me.
I got
day-
something
what
going
day is
on.
it,
I can't. Go,
Sunday?
I could not go Sunday. Just so you know, as a backup, I couldn't go.
You know what? I might be able to. I might be. We'll
Just
talk. We'll talk
send me a
about
message.
I couldn't be
we'll
your
talk
Joe
about
Flacco. I'm sorry,
I forgot about that one.
but I could be your hero, baby.
So, closing thoughts. It's only been almost 3-hour show. So, closing thoughts.
Man, I had a whole bunch
It was
of
a fun
shit today.
show, though.
Ed,
I think
closing
it
thoughts.
sucked, but it was fun.
Whoever has to listen to this stuff.
We should do opening.
All right, I'll do my long political thing here.
Oh, jeez.
Drove past a house with a large Harris Waltz sign, and right next to it, 5 feet away, a no trespassing sign and an attack dog sign. It's right over here on 91st or whatever. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? I'm just surprised they didn't have it agree with my delusions or I'll assassinate your president. No, but seriously, all of Holly's sewer is stumping for Kamala Harris. Only months after Clooney and friends went in all. Right, that's why I said Clooney again.
Casamigos.
Clooney and his friends went all in and assured us Biden was as sharp as a tack and the best man to lead the nation. That was around the 4th of July. His only downside was his inept vice president, which there was no way to replace her. She was an anchor dragging down this administration. Then the debate happened. 2 assassination attempts have failed. Biden was pushed overboard. Everyone circled the wagons around Kamala, who didn't even run for the nomination. In a miraculous turn of events, a Hoosiers type story for you sports fans, Kamala is now the greatest politician ever, according to over 100 college professors. Watching the media, political pollsters, and Hollywood actors talk about Kamala Harris conjures up images of the human centipede.
Mm-hmm.
And now the IRS union's backing her, along with Dick Cheney, Mitt Romney, George Bush, Zelensky, and Putin. No word from John McCain on his endorsement. Wow, I wish a genius like Mark Cuban would call her thorough and precise so I could, get behind her. I don't know. It's just ridiculous.
You forgot about Taylor Swift?
Yeah, it's so ridiculous, all this.
But does she know how to run the picket fence?
Kamala Chickwood.
Hey, tell me what flavor it was.
No, just
strawberry.
And Walls looks like Ali a little bit, so it works out.
Yeah, it does. He probably does. He probably shoots underhand too.
Does, yeah.
He looks like an underhand.
One of the Berry
shooter.
boys.
I bet you shoot free throws underhanded.
One of the Berry boys shot underhand.
Yeah, it was one of the highest returns in history.
Yeah, exactly.
Rick Berry, right?
Yep.
Rick Berry.
No, it was his cousin Marvin Berry. Hey, Chuck, it's your cousin Marvin. You know Marvin Berry.
Closing thoughts.
That's it right there.
That's it.
How do you follow up this? I mean, I thought we were running a sports podcast here. Closing thoughts. A tough day, obviously, for some hearing about some of the athletes that passed. I just think you lose a little piece of your life. I think when a guy like Pete Rose passes away, it's really just, if you think about your childhood and being, baseball was everything to me. And I always joke around that I don't watch baseball anymore, but as a kid, baseball was everything. It was my life. And Pete Rose, that was a big piece of it, growing up in the 70s and in 80s. And just, it's like a part of you kind of died today with Pete passing. It's kind of tough.
Well, you got to figure, like, for me and you, we were born in 73.
Mm-hmm.
By 83, Pete Rose was in 4 World Series that we saw, or 5.
Yeah, because you thought about who's the best player in baseball and who's Mr. Baseball. It was Pete.
Willie was already married and had a mortgage.
Yeah, he babysat Pete Rose for a while.
Hey, I told him to get that bowl haircut.
Yeah,
Willie actually cut it for him.
Look at that, though. I mean, you could see it in the back of that helmet. I mean, just what? So I guess a legend passed away today, and it's just kind of a tough one. Rest in peace, legend.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know he was sick. If he was sick, it's a tough thing there. It's like everybody knows Mongo's not doing well, but if Pete wasn't doing well, I mean, I'm sure that guy was still out there trying to sell his autograph as long as he could.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
You got to pay the bills, man.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
When you think about it, too, we've lost 2 of the probably top 5 baseball icons of all time in the last, few months.
Yeah, with
Oh, yeah.
Willie Mays. Like our parents grew up watching. Well, you probably got to see Willie Mays play.
I did a little bit, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Pete Rose and Willie Mays. I mean, if you look at I'm not saying like the best players, I'm saying like icons. Like Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Pete Rose, Willie Mays.
Names, yep.
I mean, it's pretty amazing.
And baseball has such history.
Yeah.
I mean, the history is just a big piece of it. And he's like I said, you can't tell the story of baseball without talking about Pete Rose.
Nope.
Right. Just like you said, those names, Babe Ruth, Henry Aaron, Willie Mays, just it's right there.
Yeah.
So
there's like a group of probably about, I mean, obviously baseball's got thousands of guys that, we all love, but there's probably about, 5 to 10.
Yeah, he's in it.
That, yeah. If they made a movie, those guys would star in it.
Yep.
Absolutely. What am I? I liked all the beers we had tonight.
Yeah, we had a few.
Yeah, we did. It was good.
Jace's drink, I think, was
Jason's
awesome.
drink was very,
it was
very
good.
good.
I told him he's got to bring it to the little soiree we have in October.
Soiree.
I think I lost my voice.
He said he'll bring some. He said,
gonna bring it.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Just mix your own booze into it.
Yeah.
You got a soiree coming up?
Yeah, the pumpkin. Well, we don't announce it to the whole.
Is it
our thousands?
Does everybody
of,
have to dress like a minion, like you said? Is that right?
Yeah.
You have to
minion.
paint ourselves yellow.
Yep.
Shit.
Right.
With a flannel over.
Well, I
it.
got the paint. I got a 5 of yellow
and the flannel.
Canary yellow.
Canary yellow. Yeah, we call it.
You need to get some swim goggles.
We call it schmello.
Schmello.
What was your jury question?
Oh, mine was. Yeah, if you guys they showed this in the Packer games, so
I didn't watch a lot of it.
In 1983, Terry Bradshaw was injured, and back then, they tried to conceal these injuries. It's not like it is today with the Players Association and everything. He checked into a Pittsburgh hospital, and when he got there, the doctor's like, "Oh, we got to put you down under a fake name. We don't want fans coming in here and wrecking the place. You're a legend. You completed 7 passes in 4 Super Bowls." and Lynn Swann had a dive for 2 of them. What name did he use when he checked in 1983?
I'm going to say Ronald Reagan.
That's a good answer.
I'm going to say
that would have been 83.
What year was it?
83.
83.
Richard Nixon.
Yeah, that would have been better.
I'm going to say what was Gerald Ford.
No, it's not a president.
Oh,
Sonia Henning's out.
That would have been a great one.
He has the same hair.
George Burns.
No. Thomas Brady.
Shut up.
He goes, it was the first name that come to mind, Tom Brady. He was telling the story, and Tom's laughing on the thing. It was like, you were only like 2 years old or something at the time. But yeah.
Did you see that Brady, the Bears offered Brady to go there? He said it on the show this week.
Yeah.
When he was a free agent for one of the Buccaneers.
Oh,
Bears talked to him about going there.
Good idea. Nothing wrong when you got a team put together that you can actually win some games.
You guys got
a quarterback in there.
What is your feedback on his skills in the booth?
I haven't heard him yet.
I haven't either.
He seems a little choppy.
Yeah, he needs work. I mean, he's not a Romo, put that way.
Romo is awesome.
Well, Romo was awesome his first couple of years.
But I think they told him to tone it down.
He's become a little, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I haven't watched a Romo game yet.
Oh. I have a trivia question for you guys.
Yeah,
you might know this. So the Rangers and Diamondbacks are the first World Series opponents to miss the playoffs the following season since. I talked about this last week, actually.
Completely missed the playoffs.
Since the Yankees and Diamondbacks.
Brewers and Cardinals.
Nope. You got half the team.
Oh, so it's going to be Twins and Cardinals.
Still half the team.
Damn it.
Cardinals and Rangers?
Tigers and Cardinals. 2007.
Oh.
2007.
2000.
Yeah, okay, the next year, both of them, obviously, they make the playoffs. So that's it, guys.
Good show.
Oh, I forgot to tape it. Let's start over. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, whatever.
A lost show.
So, once again, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast.
I would have punched you right in the diddy hole if you would.
We'll be back next week when I'm getting punched in my diddy hole. Have a good one, guys.
I hate goodbyes.
Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought to do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was
Awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben.
This fucking Kenneth Walker guy just fucked me tonight. I can't believe. Safety? Like it was like a dinner party for Kenneth Walker and me. I was chained up.
I gotta look and see it. Oh my god, I put up even more points.